And hello, all of you adorable beans out there. Welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Starlight New Dawn, Chapter 2, Episode 15, Oran Grove, the Scarlet Mystery Finale. We shall begin... Yes.
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
We shall begin, as we always do, with introductions, beginning with the illustrious storyteller, Taldarius.
I heard the Tory teller there. I'm not a Tory. But
You are
I
now.
am Taldarius. No. I am Taldarius. I will be playing the allies, I'll be playing the enemies, and I will be playing everything in between as a storyteller for Starlight New Dawn today.
Wernie, you're up.
We didn't get question.
Oh, I'm wearing them all.
Oh yeah, we
and
do
I-
need our question.
Oh, question.
Oh, right. But
Sorry.
oh, I had this. Okay, where is it? I have it in my notes. Scrolling.
Well, while he's
not
looking,
the
yes,
Ender.
it is the Ender Zoroark.
No, it's not the Ender. He's not Ender. He's just
No,
purple.
he's a deli bird. He has
This-
presents.
Yes, because I have presents right now.
Exactly.
While he does that, I'm gonna spend like next minute while the other two do the.
Okay,
reviews.
here was. All right, here was the question that I had prepared for this week. This week's question is, if you had the option of traveling to go to a festival, or traveling to go to some kind of tournament, which would you like to see?
All right. Well, to do my intro, hi, I'm wearing a mole, and I play as Amos the Growlithe, and I want that festival.
Aurum.
Sorry, I forgot I'm next. It's been a while. Hi, I'm Aurum, and I play Argus, the scaredy cat, and sometimes very angry tyrant. And definitely a festival. There's less scary things at a festival other than clowns, and the creepy the creepy monsters that break necks and tear people apart. Those also go to festivals sometimes. But the popcorn's good.
Alright, that means I am next. Hi there, I am Azurith, and I play Azurith, the off-color jangmo-o. Jolly. As for the question this week, I would like to go to the festival. It sounds a lot more fun. I mean, tournament's nice and such, but festival. More games, more dancing, more fun. Dart, your turn.
A good evening, everyone. My name is Seda, and I play Dart, the Steel Ground rockruff, and kind of torn actually. Festival does seem like a nice change of pace, but at the same time, a tournament could be a very good test of skill to observe. Obviously, not participating, but yeah, kind of good, interesting to see the best of the best.
And I am Razim, and I'm playing as Jet, the Ghost Electric type rockruff. As for Jet, I'm torn on those two, but I would probably lean towards the festival. Mostly because I can interact with things a bit more there.
Next up would be Jolene.
Okay. I am Colada. I play Jolene, everyone's hopefully favorite milcery, since there's not been another so far. Um. Festival, or what was the other thing?
A tournament of some kind.
You know,
Obviously, a festival would have festival-y things, and then a tournament would have, like, you know, the
Tournament-y
tournament, and then it'd
things.
have, like, tournament-y things, yes.
I actually think Jolene might enjoy a tournament, whether it's as a participant or as a viewer, because the festivals are fun and all, but I feel like she would enjoy just the sportsmanship that a tournament would have, and the fact that people are competing and not necessarily trying to murder each other or harm each other greatly. Like,
Actually.
her experience with the festival has been.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you bring up a good point. Our only experience with the festival so far has been Bloodbath.
Yeah, I was going to see if anyone would mention that one.
Yep.
Fine, I mentioned it.
Well, yeah, but, like, explicitly as a part of the reasoning.
Yeah, no, because Jolene's experience so far has been festive things are dangerous. Yeah, probably a tournament. So.
And last but definitely not least, we have a Vector.
Hello, my name is Aviating Wolf. I play as the water flying vector. Oh, if I put it flying rockruff. And if I have to choose, this is actually gonna be tough because for Vector probably sees both as something fun. Like Vector's curiosity would be will be probably more towards the festival. That probably sounds more fun, but Vector doesn't but also the tournament also sounds kind of like, I guess, like for Vector to kind of sees it as both festivals, they're just kind of different. But I think Vector would probably be more happy towards the actual festival.
All right. And who will be doing today's recap?
Yeah.
I mean, it usually gets turned over to Seda, but
I mean, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
Again.
but
yeah.
I just want to ask because I don't know if anyone has anything in particular they want to do, or if there's someone else that wants to try their hand at it.
You gotta say Sada's name, like Sada.
no. Avi said he'd like to.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Last time.
Yeah.
Starlight, New Dawn. The Jet, Jolene, Argus, and Dart. They have encountered and actually started their intense fight with what was their name? It was Baron. Right? Yeah, Baron Say. It was intense. Dart almost died. A lot of fighting, and oh gosh, it was a lot. But in the end, Jet and Jolene, Dart, and Argus was able to finally come up on top, and was able to finally walk out of this fight alive. Well, on the other side, or with the other team, with Vector, Azurith, Amos, and Shade, we started a bucket heist. They were stealing all the buckets in town to prevent all the wells to be used, and in order to steal the last bucket, Amos decided, or essentially Shade and Amos decided to cause a distraction by burning down a house. And with great haste, Azurith and Vector were able to run and steal the last bucket that that needed to be removed, but also kind of figured out that they're probably going to be needing those buckets to probably to probably take out the fire. Who knows? But the most important thing out of all is that Vector has become Lord Buckethead. That is the most important detail. And I think that's pretty much it.
When are we getting that seasonal skin?
Good question. Probably next maybe next patch, probably.
At the very least, it's going to be next fiscal year, so.
I'd say give it a couple major patches.
Yeah, I don't think I missed anything else, have I?
Oh, I think that's
did.
good.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Like
Yeah.
basically what the last session lacked in like events, just it made up for intention.
And the huge
Yeah, there was a
contrast
lot of
between the two.
Yeah.
A huge contrast
Yeah.
between the two.
There's a whole meme about it.
Basically Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
What's Barbenheimer?
It was Barbenheimer, and in addition, I also got to post the two dog image.
It's the Barbie and Oppenheimer for those who don't know.
Yeah.
Still don't know. Damn it! I wanted to be in the Barbie movie. I didn't want to be in Oppenheimer.
They get explosions and fighting.
Well, we know which one Amos would be in.
Explosions?
Dart and Amos just like fist pump each other through the ethereal void like switch.
But yes, this week I believe that we're going to start off with what was the boss fight group. Obviously, we just had the recap, but just to remind you that, you had just gotten done fighting probably one of the most intense fights of your life that you actually were able to, complete and stick out. And you all went primal during that fight, except for poor Jolene, who was knocked unconscious and is still currently unconscious.
Seeing a pattern here.
Yep, a little bit of a pattern. However, as Baron Saint teleports away and you all suddenly lack a target or a specific threat, you all experience a little bit of a adrenaline crash as your instincts are no longer in control of you. And at that point, you realize that you hear some voices getting closer. A little bit too distinct to make out what they're saying, but you can definitely hear them. Just past a couple of tent rows.
Ow! What happened?
Talk about it later. Let's get back.
Jolene!
Where'd Jolene go?
As we just look at the puddle on the ground, and Frosty the Snowman starts playing.
Oh no. That would be too cruel.
But yes, Jolene is in fact unconscious on the ground.
Is she actually a fully fluid puddle, or is there a way for us to scoop her up?
Well, there was a way for Shay to scoop her up before, so presumably there's a way for you to do it too.
Okay.
Just gonna go and scoop
It
her up.
probably just turns into like... It probably turns into like viscous molasses or whatever, so that way it's like liquidy and will like flow, but like you could still kind of...
Nice. Molasses Jolene. Still fit her in a bag, though.
Yep, you can still fit her in a bag. Yeah. And also for Dart, you're able to notice that just by sheer difference, that while you've gotten hurt and banged up before, it normally doesn't continue to sting, and you normally don't continue to bleed afterwards. There is something definitely not right.
Can we make it quick?
Are you okay?
You know, I'm telling you that in the distance, I thought that I saw some people in the air.
Wait, what was that?
Distant voices.
I think we should get out of here first, and then worry about what's going on later.
Agreed. Just a light case of dying.
Can you hold on until we get out of here?
Let's get moving.
Do we
Okay.
have any Oran berries?
Yes, but
Okay.
let's get out of here, and then we'll get that.
Dart is already walking.
Argus is just, gonna help Dart as best he can.
Meanwhile, Jet is carrying the Jolene in his bag. Mostly because he can't really keep her on the... He can't carry her any other way.
Yeah.
If it were anybody else, he'd just throw them over his back, but no. She would just ooze off.
That is in fact true. Alright. So y'all are just gonna try and slip away as fast as you can?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And careful though, because I don't want Dart bleeding out. Sadly, our doctor's unconscious.
Well, to put it into perspective, it only will tick and get worse once every hour. So effectively, you have at least 4 hours to get that attended to. That is how the mechanic works.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
But
a
obviously,
huge rush.
like, It's not a huge rush, but you know, if you get hit with that and you don't have proper supplies or ability to take care of it, that is like an awful situation.
Thankfully, we do. We just
We gotta get away. Maybe hide in one of the other tents, and then and get your Oran berries. Because
I
Oran
would,
berries make you feel better.
Do,
let's get out of this camp. Let's get to the town.
get back to the house where there is a doctor.
Yes. I don't know why I'm feeling so good, though. I mean, I'm a little sore, but I seem to be all together. I recall getting hit hard, but...
Dart took a very, very scary attack when he was right in front of me. I think Dart saved me.
Any tougher, and I would have probably not lasted that one.
I'm glad you survived. I was so worried. And then I got very angry, and... yeah. Sorry.
Argus, why are you apologizing?
You told me not to use the anger, and I used the anger, and it didn't go well.
Look, in a situation like that, it's okay to let go of the reins.
all right, you start to hear the shuffling of creatures trying to move around tents. Get a lot closer. It sounds like there are only
Oh,
a
Dart is
row or two
Dart is
away.
already walking away.
Oh,
Like
okay.
he's
Oh,
saying this
okay.
while walking.
Yeah, we all are.
All right.
We be speedy.
Walking and talking. Nice.
Multitasking.
So you're just gonna go ahead and like, you know, walk around and exit and then try and hook your way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm assuming vaguely we're probably going to take the same path where we kind of went through the orchid and then like on the outskirts of like the town and stuff just to get back. So we're being a little bit sneaky.
Yep. All right. All right.
Argus
It
is,
is good that
taking the
you did that.
opportunity. Argus is taking the opportunity to wipe up the blood that Dart is, leaving. Make sure we don't get
Yeah,
followed.
it is not much, but it is a trickle.
I'm
What are you
making
doing
sure
in
that-
order to get rid of it?
I do still have. Ooh, I still have the aluminum foil. Can I just
Aluminum
wrap
foil.
Dart with aluminum foil so that the blood's not getting everywhere?
Don't think that's going to be quite effective.
Is there a branch or something with leaves on it nearby that Jet can
Yeah.
see?
There would be.
We'll use a branch of leaves to kind of like scrub up the blood, or at least stir it up, hide it under dirt,
Yeah.
while also getting rid of footprints.
That is what Jet's doing. Argus is helping Dart. Jet is walking behind them, trying to brush up the path that they're taking.
We're learning.
You're learning, yes. It is good that you guys thought of the blood trail, though.
It's
Very
kind of
good
hard
work.
not to.
I'm
It
glad those
smells
guys
like
are
Dart.
because Dart is definitely not thinking about that. He's thinking about dying.
Don't
No.
go to the light or the river. Don't go to the river either.
You are disallowed from thinking about dying.
My brain's just starting to think of Down by the Riverside.
Down by the river? Oh god, you mean that wonderful Baldur's Gate 3 song?
Oh, not that one. I was just other one, but tangent later.
All right. Yeah, the only thing that I can think of as reasonable for this would either either insight or dex, and then survival stealth in order to hide your trail.
Alright.
Would this be just Argus, or would this also be a dirt check?
I thought it was just Jack.
Anyone attempting? It is specifically for Jet, although if, other people want to come up with ways to try and help the trail.
I will say
Jet
I've got
can't,
6
but,
dice. I've got 6 dice for this, so...
Argus is also going to try to, use the scarves and some aluminum foil to try to wrap up Dart so he's leaking less blood.
Look, I'm not like bleeding profusely. Just
Well, if you're not bleeding profusely, then I could just, wrap where you are bleeding and you're bleeding less. It's like band-aids. You said survival, stealth, and...
Stuck on Band-Aid brain, because Band-Aid
Either
stuck
insight
on
or
me.
dex.
Okay. Either way, it doesn't change it.
Wunderbar.
Ooh.
All right, so we got a 2 and a 1. Yeah, okay. So for Argus, you do manage to, kind of do a weird mix of cloth and aluminum foil. And, you think it's doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
And as for Jet, you using the branch like that is definitely helping clear, smooth over, your track imprints. And also, as for the blood that was being left behind, it definitely smears it, so it's a lot less noticeable.
Cool.
I'll get Lyndon or I'll get Jolene or Doc to do it better when we get back. But this should help for now, Dart. I hope. Don't bleed out.
Look, the sooner we get back, I appreciate, but the sooner we get back, the better. Then I'm gonna nap for probably a week.
It's a long
Got-
nap.
And there's a lot on my mind.
Yeah. At this point, you hear a what sounds like a lot more of a commotion happening from deeper inside of the camp, including a not so insignificant amount of yelling.
I guess they
Oh,
found. I guess they found the Baron.
We gotta book it. I think that's the term.
All right. And with that, you guys are able to leave the area and start on the road back to town.
We survived.
Are you Are you going to be taking the road, or are you going to try and like stay hidden along the along the brushes?
I was thinking the brushes.
Alright.
Kind of what I was
Mhm.
saying before. Like we kind of left through the orchid and just did what Jet and Dart did first time around. Where they just kind of like stealthed it through the forest and then came from the outskirts of town from the other direction.
Yep. I was mostly asking if you wanted to go with the fastest available option back to town, or if you wanted to, like, do the play it safe.
Play it safe.
Play it safe. Got it.
Why do I have the feeling that this is not the safe route?
That's just the ghost type paranoia getting to you.
Damn dark types. So broken.
Oh. Mm. Wonderful. All right. I'm going to, at this point, call for a group stealth check moment.
I'm assuming that is dexterity, survival, stealth.
Yep. Dex survival stealth. And it's the 3 players who are currently awake in there. Seda, don't forget about your... you shouldn't have too much movement. Right? Yeah, you got healed, I think.
Despite the number of dice.
That's a lot of ones.
Well, luckily he got a 6, so
Yeah.
it doesn't detract.
Yep. Yeah. With the post-fight adrenaline crash and other factors such as that, you all know that you're not exactly being the stealthiest, although you are keeping a good watch out to know when to duck your head if it matters. You just end up finding all of these sticks and branches to get into your path and hit your legs.
Dart's going to sigh as they trot along.
Are you okay?
No, I am not okay.
We'll get you to dock fast. I hope.
It starts getting bad, I will let you know.
Okay. Make sure you do.
Would
Jet
anyone
is
like to roll me an insight survival alert?
I'd be happy to.
just one, or...
Alright. No, multiple people can roll it. It's just an optional.
Okay.
Look at you go, Dart.
Yeah. At this point in your conversation is when you hear in the distance behind you, although extraordinarily loud given the fact that you had, slowed down momentarily in order to talk and thus weren't making much noise on your own, you hear a branch snap.
I think someone's following us.
Dart's going to pause and look in the direction of the snap.
It's a fair bit in the distance behind you, and is like, there's too much foliage to properly see back there. It more had that quality that has, like, when something, like, cracks something in the woods and, like, it echoes for, like, a tiny bit up through the foliage and then it reaches you. So whatever it is, it's a good ways back. Just, you heard it.
So I have an idea, but it needs a Taldarius acceptance.
Alright.
Stealth Rock used to be a trapping move. We changed it for a
Yep.
game mode. Could I use it to set a trap?
So for purposes of it having been changed, I don't want it to work like how it originally did, but I will give you this. If you use it and want to make it a trap move, it'll be an active activation instead of a passive activation.
So I
So you
have
can
to
use it as a
activate it.
trap, but you have to
Okay,
activate
so-
it. Yeah, you have to be able.
so it
Yeah,
won't
like
be
basically
just
you have
a
to be able to
second.
see and be there. Yeah, you can't like set and run. You can use it as a trap, but you have to be there.
Okay. Then I think we should hurry faster.
Just keep moving forward.
Okay. And Argus is going to keep looking back as we move forward.
All right.
I mean, Jet is basically looking behind us, just occasionally checking to make sure that he's still following them. He's kind of walking backwards primarily to keep clearing the path.
All right. Would you like to have another roll for me then?
What roll?
Insight survival alert. Two. You're keeping a pretty good look back there, but you're not really seeing anything at all. No flashes of movement, no rustling leaves. It just seems like there's nothing back there.
Yeah, he's mostly just keeping an eye out.
Alright.
While also, brushing the path. He's probably picked up another branch at this point, because I'm sure the first one's gotten damaged to a point it's unusable.
Yeah, just with all the scraping. But I was going to ask you if you wanted to grab a new one, considering you're in a fucking forest. There's so many.
Well, yeah, but flavor-wise, just making sure it's
Yeah.
noted.
Yeah.
He might accidentally run into the god of all branches.
Yeah, true. Every time you pick up a branch, I roll a D1 million to see how good of a branch it is. Find
It's
a copy,
never
I
as
dare.
good as the first branch.
Never as good as the first branch.
D1
I
million
rolled a
minus
million and
1.
one. But yes, you are in fact able to keep scrubbing the trail.
I see nothing else to note, so...
Yeah, no, something interesting just happened. Whereas before there was a crack on your side of, the tree line, where the road splits it. You hear a very loud crack and a distant cursing on the other end.
I'm clamp my muzzle shut with both claws to keep me from making a sound.
All right.
Is shock tyrant.
After the initial sounds, it quickly quiets off and goes back to silent. Except for my cough. My coughing is non-canon.
No, it's just the
Definitely
sound of
someone
distant
finding us.
thunder.
There's definitely someone following us.
Actually, I thought that came from the front.
No, it came... Okay, so imagine like the tree line is split by the path, and that happened on the other side of the path. Before, the last sound you heard was on the same side of the path as you.
Okay, could we just use like left, right, based on Dart and Argus's
If we're on the left side of the path, then that last sound is on the right side of the path.
Look, if we're just gonna use this, imagine you're the group house over here, and you heard the noise over by the well.
One sec.
And now you heard a noise. Like,
okay.
Use like these 3 locations, and use like this is the road.
Okay.
Where you're on the right side, like going up, and you heard a noise directly behind you in the same set of forest patch as you, and the road bisects the forest, going through its thing. And on the other side of the forest, now you heard a noise.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm caught up. Okay.
Yeah. Although that noise sounded closer to where you are now than the previous noise did before. The previous one was further back. This one was closer.
Jet is still just brushing.
Dart is going to wordlessly carry forward.
Argus is just like glancing back at where the sound was, keeping one claw on his muzzle and the other trying to steady Dart.
Right? After a little bit of time and hearing the occasional noise behind you, sorry. That was really bad. I don't understand it.
Look.
But
space
but
fighting
behind
war.
you. What was that?
Go ahead.
Oh, Toshi, sorry, you can't. Toshi, sorry, you can't
I-
play cards on this game right now.
I was just going to message in the chat, but yeah. You guys still
Yeah.
cannot use cards on this game. Sorry. But you can complete the tip goal if you want, just saying.
But yes, looking behind you this time, you're able to actually see 2 figures, each wearing white robes with purple trim, walking on the path. One of them is a strange little yellow duck, and the other one is a... Well, they look rather strange. They don't particularly have many features, but you could swear it just looks like a balloon.
And Argus is going to stop and like, have his claw holding on Dart, like pulling him to stop, so we can stay still and hide.
All right. It seems like they've abandoned the sides of the road, and there's 2 of them, and they're coming up the road proper now. Would y'all like to make a another stealth check if you're going to hide in the brushes?
I think we're going to hide in the brushes.
I'm gonna hide in the bushes.
Yes, and Jet is going to make sure that he brushes the path as we go off the trail into the brush. I think that's everyone.
It is, yes. I was just figuring out what that would be as a result. Because I'm having, again, like I said, if I'm asking for group checks, I have the high rollers cover for the low roll.
Save me.
Yeah. So I was just figuring out exactly what that was. Yep. You see the pair come up and pass about like where you guys are hiding. They're still like scanning the sides of the road. Although the yellow duck looking thing is doing not as good of a job. It just seems more dejected than anything. Luckily, the duck currently has your side. As it sort of just like waddles past and like lightly glances over where you guys are all hiding and doesn't do anything of note. Just kind of sighs and moves on.
Are they saying anything?
Not right now, but as they go up the road a little bit, you hear what you know is the duck kind of complain lightly and just go, they're not gonna be dumb enough to go right up the road and just wait for us. They already left. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, we are definitely not dumb enough to do that. Nope, not at all.
No, we're not dumb enough. We're smart enough.
But yeah, they eventually get to be out of sight as there's a light bend in the road and they go beyond it.
Argus sets out a very quiet sigh of relief and pats on dirt. Okay, I think we can move now.
And we just suddenly hear the, what was it, Metal Gear Solid alert sound?
God.
Bleep.
Just had to let out that sigh of relief.
It was a very light, quiet one.
Would the jet like to be paranoid?
The Jet is always paranoid at this point.
All right. If you would like to be paranoid, I will allow you to roll an insight survival alert.
I shall do so.
God. That scared me.
Three.
All right. With that 3, you really feel like you should keep the other 2 down. and that something isn't right here.
Something doesn't feel right. I think we should wait here a little bit. Argus?
Dart's just gonna nod as he just kind of focuses on his breathing.
And now for the rhythm game of keeping your breathing steady.
But yes, after about a good 30 seconds or so of waiting, you see again wearing a robe with purple trim on it, kind of wander up the road. It's a strange green cactus-like thing. It's like a ball with a crown.
Oh, good.
He's wandering up the road.
I am just really happy that Jet's paranoia wasn't just a ridiculous nonsense. He had a reason. You said it was a purple trim robe, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They use sweepers. Or trailers, if you prefer. It's a very common tactic when doing patrols or search parties to have the main group and then a single trailer follower.
In case the main group gets captured, then the trailer can raise the alarm or release them.
No, it's because a lot of people have the fallacy that once the main group passes them, they're safe and they'll get out of their hiding spots.
The ghostly intuition.
That is like an actual tactic thing that was used quite extensively. Is having a single trailer that would follow behind and catch people trying to move out of hiding spots or the like.
I'll admit I'd never heard of it, but it makes a lot of sense.
They actually used it in the tuning exams in Naruto.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, they did.
Oh, okay.
But anyways. Carrying on.
But yeah, so that is an actual that is an actual tactic that was used a lot, yeah. No, they just happen to inconspicuously say things that would make you think that they're it, and then that was it. Yeah, so the cactus ball is just wandering up the road, glancing around for any sort of fast movement or strange colorings and the like.
Alright. Checking for paranoia one more time.
Yeah.
Another 2.
You're pretty sure that that's it.
Okay. I think we're good now.
Yeah. You got to see the other shoe drop, so you think that that's it.
Shall we move on then?
Yeah, we need to get Dart out. Am I able to carry Dart?
No.
Aw. I wanted to throw him over my shoulder so we can move faster.
What
Would it
shoulder?
really be faster to try to move? Also, would it really be faster to try and move around while carrying more than your entire body weight?
I thought I weighed more than him.
No, he weighs more than you.
Oh,
He's 60-something pounds.
never mind. Dart's a big boy.
Oh no,
He's dense.
He's not. He's dense. He's smaller than you, but he weighs more.
Oh, it's like the Larvitar thing.
Dart needs to lay off the chopper.
Yeah, like he's not even. He's only like a foot and a half tall. You have like an entire foot on him, but he's heavier than you.
Dart needs to lay off the Oran berries.
I've literally only ever had one.
Dart needs to lay off the metal pellets.
Literally only ever had two.
More than me.
Anyways.
Yo. Well, yeah. After the nice encounter with the sweepers, you feel like you're pretty much home free at this point.
Okay. Now let's hurry and go home.
Yep. And the rest of your trip is unremarkable.
You know, that's a good thing. In my opinion.
That is a good thing. Yeah, that is an absolutely good thing.
I like not dying.
The beauty of the house. The sliced up house.
Mm-hmm. And now we're gonna go back to Lord Buckethead and company. Hey, you're the one that said you're now Lord Buckethead.
True.
Alright, let me switch up the music. I've got some carnival music here. Going from super spooky, like, dun 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 dun, to ba-do-do-do-do-do-do.
It's very fitting.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
And
Yeah,
then they
by the
get
way,
a
are you
boss
back, Warren?
fight and it switches to Megalovania.
Then Warren stepped away. He said he should have been back by now. Just so you know, if you're trying to say something, you're muted, and then if you don't say anything, I just know you're still gone. Alright, cool. Looks like Werny is still needed. Error.
This is Sag.
Yeah, she might be a bit based on what
In the meantime,
Yeah.
while we wait, I am going to, peek in the bag of Jolene and do the little swishy thing you do with bottles of soda to make it do whirlpool. So we can
Yeah.
have a Jolene whirlpool.
Although, just so we're gonna move, just so we can keep on chugging, I'm gonna rule that Shade is pulling, because when we left, we were just walking back here. I don't here-ish. I don't know why I pointed to the wrong road. I know which road leads where. I'm just gonna have it so that way, like before when they were talking, Shade and Amos are just going to be a handful of steps behind of Vector and Azurith.
Got
So
it.
Shade and Amos are just going to be talking back there a little bit, so that way we can still progress.
I have.
They do seem to be talking a lot, though.
Hazard leans over to Vector. I can't tell what's weirder. What we've been through, or just Amos being weird. Also, he's talking to Shade. I don't. So we just need to
RZ,
get
could you
next week.
speak up, please?
Oh, I'm that quiet.
It was like cutting out.
Damn it! I apologize. Whispering to Vector,
You just stage
like-
whisper. Just stage whisper.
whispering, he says to Vector, like, I can't tell what's weirder. What's been going on? Or Amos? And such. He's talking to Shade a lot now. Could it be the arson? What is normal? Have we been through normal?
Victor's so worried the bucket. He's just looking at Arthur, and he just kind of shrugs. He's just like, "Well, I mean, knowing, he's just like, well, knowing that I just came here like a day, I'm just gonna go with whatever. Victor's like looking back at Amos, looking at Azurith, and looking at Shade. Like we did a lot of weird things. We burnt a house. I don't even know what normal is, but you know what? I'm just gonna take it as is. I mean, look at me. Vector's kind of just Vector's like giving it like a smile and showing off the bucket.
Eh,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I
I'm gonna just take Shade's advice. Go with the flow. And besides, I mean, I'm sure and besides, we have each other. And the Vector kind of throws his paw around Azurith's shoulder. It's like in the end, as long as we're here, that's what all that matters.
Azra
Miss-
smiles.
And more importantly, we got all the buckets. That's the most
Buckets!
important. That's the most important thing that we got. We did what we need to do, and we got all the buckets.
Alright, Azra starts jumping up and down as they continue to move along with the bucket in his mouth. Happily.
Can I try? Wait.
Yes, you could
Hey.
join, but the bucket's gonna be bouncing.
Hey, Azurith, you know what you should do? When we
What
get
is
to
it?
that, you should wear the bucket.
Azra tries to look up to his head crest. Potentially could work. You'd have to get a large bucket.
Do we have a large bucket? Are they all the same size?
Vaguely the same size. I mean, some are a little bit larger than others, but they're kind of around the same size. Think about it they're all vaguely the same category. It's just that it's kind of hard to make things uniform.
Right, it's kind of it has a little bit of variety, but it's of size, but it's within
Yeah.
the same size class. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that when we get back and have time to just, have some fun. Oh, having fun is so great. It's
Yeah, isn't that you guys do? You kind of with a bit of a confused face. It seems like you guys been having a lot of fun. Oh, Vector, and then I have to kind of remember. Well, okay, mine is the slicing rain and
mine is
the fighting, and wow, it's huh.
Hey, when we get back to the town and safety, maybe we can actually start having some real fun. Because
Yeah.
honestly, from the moment everything began, there was no actual fun. This is the most fun I've actually had. I mean, look at it. He starts walking sideways. Yes, he's doing fancy footwork. Look at this. I'm having fun.
Vector kind of gives kind of a small a small laugh. It's just joining. It's yeah. Besides, it's I mean, like, kind of like looking at Amos, and there it's like, besides, we're just. I mean, it's just getting buckets. I mean, it can't be that bad.
Oh, great, this is fun. Are the two doing a happy dance now? Are doing?
my god.
do a little happy dance as we're returning with the buckets.
I don't know why. I
Just
just
like to
imagine
think of what could go wrong. Oh, good.
I just imagine just Footloose just starting to play in the background.
Yes.
Confused white robe, purple trim guy. Where'd this music come from?
No, but like, I'm just imagining it's just getting buckets. What could go wrong? Hands over to house still currently on fire.
My god.
I gotta put
Yeah,
Footloose in
what
back
could
here.
go wrong?
What could go wrong? Like, we need to get the buckets. We got the buckets. Simple.
Yeah, just get the buckets, help Miss Shimmers. Everything's gonna be great. You got this.
And that means that also means no more poison water. Well, I guess more or less can't drink the poison water, but nah. But bucket. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, get the bucket. Miss Shimmer will be happy.
God.
We'll be happy. Yeah! Shimming along. Goodness, why does Footloose fit? Anyways, how much longer till we get back to Miss Shimmer's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of like a whenever you were done talking, we just like skip the rest of
Whenever you're
journey.
done talking, you tell.
because it is like a good. It's like a good like. It's like a 15-minute walk, but like so it's longer than whatever conversation you're gonna have.
That's fair. I
So
think
yeah, we can just go ahead and skip back to when you actually reach Miss Shimmer's house.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much.
Then how does Miss Shimmer's house look? Normal? Or as it was?
Is it still? I think it was still. I think it was still damaged from the rain.
Yep. In
If
fact,
I
it's
recall.
still one of the more heavily damaged areas.
Mhm.
It seems like they're trying to focus in areas to like try and make sure that they sweep and secure like the houses and buildings and all the mons in one area and then move on to the next.
And so, I imagine them strolling up to Miss Shimmer's house. Is there a door?
Well, there's a door, but there's also multiple openings you could just walk through.
No, they're gonna open up the door and be like, Miss Shimmers, we're back!
I don't know why, but I'm imagining like Vector hopping through a gap and then his bucket gets caught and you just have like Vector just hanging up with the bucket stuck in his head in the air with the buckets.
That might hurt.
I'll make it get it.
Wait.
My god.
Do it. Do it.
You two are adorable.
Of course we are. We are Azurith and Vector, the most dynamic dancing duo.
The dynamic bucket duo.
Buckets!
Oh my god. I have no answer.
All right.
But yeah, like that, like Vector gets will like be able to get through like after a while.
Yeah. And in response, you hear a voice come up from the basement, where you last seen Miss Shimmers. It's like, when someone's yelling, like, something to you, and, like, you can clearly hear that it's meant to you, but, like, it's distant, or, like, garbled enough that, like, you have no clue what they're saying. It's that.
Right. So I guess like we're gonna make our way down to the basement to deliver all the buckets.
They hop down the stairs happily, in tune to the song. The song that's totally playing.
There's a chatbot just following you, making music.
All right. So Shade and Amos are going to follow down behind you, although Shade's going to stick very close to the stairs after, like, dropping his bucket off.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Shimmers, we got the bucket. Places down the bucket.
Vector is like trying.
Wonderful.
Vector's
Would
like
you-
gonna try to like struggle to take off his bucket, but he managed to get it off.
Azurith decides to help.
Yep, I think that should be all the buckets in the town.
Was there any trouble in procuring them?
Depends on the
looks-
word of trouble.
Yeah. I mean, we were still able to get all the buckets.
That's very true. I just wanted to make sure that none of you got hurt.
No one got hurt. Although...
I think they'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
No one got hurt.
Nobody got. Yeah. Don't worry about it, Miss Shimmers. We got. We walked away. Nobody got hurt.
Miss Shimmers is gonna give you, like, a questioning look because you're covering for things that she didn't even ask, but at the end of the day, she's just kind of like, okay, I'll deal with that later.
Oh my god.
In Azurith's mind, yeah. Just a house set on fire. We didn't do it. Me and Vector didn't do it. Totally, that's in his mind.
Meanwhile, Shade is kind of like, you know, because you're closer to Shade than Miss Shimmers, and it's just like Shade's gonna go. I'm gonna give you 2 lines. Chance I get.
I actually didn't hear that you cut out a bit.
I'm gonna. Oh, he said I'm gonna give you 2 lying lessons the next chance I get. That was awful.
Azurith just yeah, I know it was awful. Lying means you don't bring it up. Anyways, Azurith walk over and put the bucket next to Miss Shimmers.
Yep. All right. She is currently working on something. You have no clue what she's actually doing, but she's definitely working on something.
What you working on? Also, do you need something else for us to do?
Oh, things for you to do. Well, I suppose it'll be faster to... Do you happen to know the names of alchemical instruments?
What is a chemical what is alchemical instrument?
No, I don't think we know.
Darn, I wish
Okay.
wish Dart was here.
Yeah.
He might
In
have
that case, just... I will describe to you what I need, and then you can hand it to me when I need it.
Just give thumbs up.
Vector is just
All right.
just eyeing with curiosity at this point. It's like,
Oh,
All right.
there's 2 young children. Fuck.
And you see that that Miss Shimmers is currently working what equates to a mortar and pestle, and is currently grinding something up. Although she also has like 5 other projects going on at the same time, including at least 2 that are sitting over open flame.
I just like gotta cautiously kind of not try to get into not try to get her in her way, but he's gonna try to peek over, just be seeing what's that? Yeah, I don't kind of out of curiosity, just try to see a good view of what she's trying to make.
Ah, well, you see, I'm currently reducing some of the needed ingredients into forms that will work better. For instance, this is something that I need to add, and it's normally very rocky and lumpy, and I need it to be a very fine um, texture instead of it being like it is normally. So what I'm doing is I'm using something called a mortar and pestle. This is the mortar and this is the pestle. And I'm going to be, effectively, I'm just going to be crushing it down until it's a very fine, like grains of sand. Or sugar.
And is this part of making is this gonna help the town as well for the sickness?
Oh, yes, well, kind of. This is a much less important task. However, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I make sure that when I make medicine, with most medicines, if it's possible, sometimes, most of the time it's not, to give it a better flavor.
Mm.
Unfortunately, most medicines that are not berry-based they're very nasty. And it's very hard to get patients to take medicine if they think it's going to be the most disgusting thing they've ever tasted. So I make sure to put in flavorings that won't mess with the mixtures. I'm very thankful that we managed to get that grapefruit from before.
Mm. Ah, that makes sense.
It generally tastes pleasant it tastes pleasant to most folks, and it strangely enough, it seems to make medicines more effective. I'm not quite sure why, but it's a nice little added feature.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if it's gonna taste bad, if you can make it taste better, I mean, people are going to be inclined to take it, right?
Yeah, that's the goal. The issue is that, unfortunately, a lot of medicines, they don't taste bad because, the doctors hate you. They taste bad because, well, effectively, a lot of medicines are poisoning you in a helpful way. And your body naturally doesn't really like poisonous things and things that affect how it normally works. So it makes it taste awful. And if you change it enough to make it taste good, it will lose a lot of its effectiveness. The only difference is berries. Berries are special.
Right.
And that's why people like growing berries so much, and why our town, at least in better days, was quite bustling. We would have a lot of trade caravans back in the day. Then the weather worsened and the roads got damaged, and there were less travel.
I see.
But yes, berries aren't always the most effective healing items, but they are definitely the most popular.
Vector kind of puts puts his paw on his head, I see it.
However, if you ever manage in root and some runes, there are how to best explain it. They have wide bottoms, and then they taper up, and They have a how to explain this? It looks like a fang, and it hooks out, and if you pull it in, it will spray something out. Occasionally you'll be able to find one of those, and if you ever find anything like that, they come in different colors, but they will generally also have healing effects. Although, unfortunately, they're the nastiest of the bunch.
Have we seen anything like this before?
That would be a question for the others. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I don't think so.
I mean, if I'm assuming this correctly out of character, you're kind of describing the general shape of like a potion.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have not seen anything like that.
All right, yeah. So yeah, basically she just explained that what potions are, and basically she also explains that like you can like they're meant to be like sprayed on the wounds themselves, although it feels very icky to have them used.
Okay, potions are canon.
Although it seems like they aren't produced or purchased anywhere. It's more of like an item you can find. But yes, would you like to ask any other questions?
Like you're kind of like Vector's like kind of like thinking like, well, I assume that there is a lot to medicines, and you seem to have knowledge about it as well. Is there anything like that you can recommend to us that would probably help us, like, or is this like, is there's like notes, or is this like, or is this just kind of common knowledge that most people have here, like, or is it just something that maybe only you have? Because I think like, especially it would be really helpful to know how to I guess how to make them, because they seem to be very I guess like kind of like trying to put like words together, like trying to like they kind of like figure things out, like I try to understand how it works, like because it's like I I guess it's like the fact that like you be able to make something to this, or like would be I don't know, I guess very helpful for other people. And I guess it's more or less, it's like it's probably something that you had lots of time to learn. Like Victor's like kind of like questioning and like kind of curious on like the process of like knowing like you know which berries and roots in general, like of like how to handle and create said medicine or or potions.
Yeah. And she'll give it a little bit of thought, and then go, well, the berries are generally common knowledge. They're very ubiquitous. You can find them in lots of locations. And they are very popular with travelers because, well, they don't really seem to spoil, at least they spoil slow enough that it doesn't really matter. You're going to use them first. But beyond that, it is in fact a very specialized and often misunderstood field. Although, well, when he wakes up, of course, I would recommend more talking to Bippin about learning how to make medicines. I just happen to know a fair bit about it because, well, there's not really anyone else here who has the tools or capabilities besides Bippin to make, things that are considered more poultices and the like. Although my passion always lies with alchemy and potions.
Isn't Bippin awake?
Bippin went and took a nap.
Oh, Bippin went and took a nap. Oh.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Oh no, because it wasn't mentioned.
Well, that's
that wasn't
nice.
getting mentioned.
I see, I see. Anyways, thank you though. It's actually because I guess if you kind of like Vector's like, well, I guess it's also just there's just so much things to kind of learn about here. Like, there's just so much things I kind of been kind of curious and wanted to learn about. And I do apologize. I don't mean to distract you from your work, but it's been quite fascinating what you
Not
do.
a problem. You should never apologize for having a thirst for knowledge.
Isn't there a term that knowledge is power?
Yes,
But learning is
although I
fun.
prefer the term knowledge is its own reward.
Huh. I like the term music as the expression of the soul. Although that's different.
Yes, that is in fact different. I take it you enjoy music, though?
Absolutely. And the concept started because my mind blinks. It's like, yes, I like it. It just doesn't know what else to say. I don't know if he knows the other types of music yet.
Well, unfortunately for you, she's going to ask what your favorite kind of music is.
Let's see. It's hard to remember. But I like the ones where the drums go bong and you're dancing with fire. It's like a celebration. Must be a thing of being amnesiac.
Well, if you ever do remember, please let me know.
That's it. When we get back to Starlight, we're gonna go find all the types of music. We're gonna do it!
Oh, it sounds a lot of fun. Yeah. I don't know what this is, but you know what? I want to know.
All right, and Miss Shimmers is going to focus back. Well, she was already kind of focusing, but like just, full focus back on her tinctures and reductions and the like.
Mm. I guess like well after that she's like Victor says, is there anything else that you need us to do? Like you need us to get anything or
Oh, in a little bit, I'll need to swap out some of my equipment. You can help me then.
Oh, sounds good. And Vector is just kind of
Yes,
like,
this
well,
process right here is almost finished, and when it does, I'll need to swap out what it's doing.
I guess while we're just kind of waiting, Vector's just kind of like, well, since we're not going to be doing anything at the moment, I guess we can take a little bit of time to just kind of rest and stretch. And like Vector's just kind of he's gonna just sit down, do a little stretch, maybe like get a little comfy, and just kind of just patiently wait. Just
Right.
I was just gonna walk over and check on the robed guy over in the corner.
Yep. Rope Guy is still unconscious, and you also find that whereas before, like the Rope Guy was put in the back left corner, Bippa was taking a nap in the back.
I was just gonna go nap on Bippin's back.
All right, you're able to find pretty easily a nice patch of soft moss. Although there are soft grasses if you prefer that.
It's soft. It's comfortable. He probably just falls asleep right then and there. Have they had a good night's sleep in a while? Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, probably not. All right. And as this group has entered a more down-tiny thing, let's go back to the other group, which has managed to just arrive in the town proper. As you're making your way back, you do notice that the snowfall is picking up. It's still nice and light for now.
Well, I guess nothing for it but to go back to Miss Shimmers. That's where we left Doc, right?
That is, I believe, where we left Doc.
It was, yeah.
Maybe they'll have the thingy done too. And we can start helping everyone, and then they'll stop hating us. But first we get dark. First we get dark better.
Yeah, Dart's just going to be just wordlessly walking to Miss Shimmers' house.
Jet
How
is-
long has it been? How long has it been since we left the camp?
Since you left the camp, it's only been like, yeah, the hiding stint, so it would have been like 45 minutes.
Okay, cool.
So you'd only take one tick of damage because it takes like 15 minutes to get to Miss Shimmers from like town center where you're like gonna be at now. And so yeah, you take one tick of lethal damage and then that would be it.
Jet, for the record, is still clearing our path as we go.
God, these street cleaners are really dedicated to their craft.
I know, right?
Yeah, so become squeaky clean. It's become like a triple S rank on the on the cleaning rating chart. Totally.
When are we getting chimney sweep jet skin?
Wait, I'm thinking Mary Poppins. Oh no.
They gotcha.
I'm going to.
So anyways, Jet is checking on Jolene in his bag, making sure they're okay. At least as okay as they can be right now. He's also trying to...
Jolene doesn't... Oh, good.
He's also putting one of his 2 orange berries into her form now and seeing if that helps.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, just because I was going to bring this up before you do that, is she doesn't really look very hurt, like, by itself. It looks like she is absolutely exhausted. It doesn't look like she has, like, a lot of damage. It looks like she passed out.
Ah.
If you still want to do it, you can. I'm just letting you know the specifics of how she looks.
After seeing that, though, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how I can tell the difference with a milk blob, but... after seeing that,
okay,
he will think better of it and toss the orange berry over to Dart. Well, after making sure Dart is aware. Hey, Dart, here's that orange berry.
Thank you. Dart's gonna put it in his bag.
That's for you to...
I think you were supposed to eat that, Dart.
Look, in my current state, I don't think a berry is going to fix my bleeding.
And they do seem to be magic berries.
Oh, let the doctor decide that.
But does Jolene seem to have any sign of possibly browsing, or...
Okay, so by base rules, she'd be out for a while, although in the interest of, you know, actually letting people do things right now. And the fact that, like, you can't really, like, heal her out of this. Yeah, you know, let's, she could start waking up. Because, fun fact, if you pass out from will points, you have to recover for multiple days while passed out normally. And I feel like that's very fucking boring. Because it means Jolene would just be passed out for like 3 days.
I mean, to be fair...
I
I mean, with Scar, you'd be out for 10 days, but that also takes quite a bit to get up to that much exhaustion.
Yeah, but so you have to work to get up to that. This,
Yeah.
it just kind of, like, it can just kind of happen. And you have scaling bonus, you have, like, scaling negatives, like, as you get to that point, telling you, hey, you're doing something you shouldn't be doing.
This is true. This is very true.
And this, it's just, do you have at least one will point? You're good to go. 0, pass out for 3 days.
Can I give Jolene my will point?
No.
Aw, worth a try.
But yeah, I'm gonna have Jolene, because you're back at town, I'm gonna have Jolene kind of like start to leave.
Jet's just kind of gently shaking his bag while trying to keep the opening as wide as he can. Jolene, you okay in there? Jolene?
You're gonna hear what sounds like a slight snore and a bubble pop at the same time, as you also then right after here. Just 5 more minutes, darling. I'm tired. And then you see her the blob that is her kind of shift as if she just rolled.
Jet's gonna shrug. Well, we
She
don't
does
need her
like a
awake
little
right now,
fucking
so...
wave.
We don't need her awake right now, so why not?
But
I'm just imagining it does like a little lumpy ripple wave
yeah,
as she
exactly.
turns over.
Exactly.
Do the wave.
But
It
then, like,
looks unsettling.
just a moment after you hear, wait, what, darling? Where are we? What's going on?
Oh, we're back in town. You kind of just fell asleep. Passed out.
Starts reforming. Blink, blink. Ah, Well, I do remember trying to heal up our friend. And, oh, Dot. She just darts out of the bag, looking around, now trying to find Dart. And
Dart is limping along the way.
she is gonna go over because she wants to check up on Dart.
Yep. Also, you also realize at this point that this is the second time today that you have woken up inside of someone else's bag.
Yep. As she's going over, anybody close by is just gonna hear her mutter, "Really need to stop making a habit of that." As she like goes over to Dart and starts like looking and checking him over, obviously trying to check the severity of the wounds. He's obviously worried.
Dart's just going to keep on walking ahead and just mutter, "Nope, I'm still dying.
Is there
Thank you."
Is there a check I could do to see what, like, if I can figure out what would make the wounds heal quicker? Like anything I might know from offhand knowledge, or reading through the book that Doc had originally.
Probably insight, survival, nature.
Insight, survival, nature. I really need to invest in nature.
2. Well, it looks like they already tried to, like, kind of cover up the wound. It's a strange mix of tin foil or aluminum. Was it tin foil or aluminum foil? Either way, it's a kind of foil. It's a metal foil and like spare neckerchief that was just kind of like put there. As for what you can do, you don't really know, like, it's hard to tell exactly how bad it is, but then you kind of, like, notice, like, because you helped shrink it, but it's still very deep, and, given where you're at, probably just go see a doctor. It's not life-threatening at this moment, although it will rapidly worsen if untreated.
Okay. So, knowing that there's not a whole lot she herself can do, Jolena's now just going to be floating there near Dart, or obviously worried, as she will say, "Well, darling, we need to get you to see Doc right quick. Where are we exactly?"
About 5 minutes from Miss Shimmers' house.
Well then, let's hurry along and get there. I don't want you passing out or anything from a wound. Well, at least when I can help it. And
That's the plan.
That was kind of our plan.
Well, she's gonna chuckle a bit at that, and say, "Well, I kind of figured, but never hurts to state the obvious, usually. But what happened to the Baron, or Baron Saint, whatever his?"
Got it worse than me.
It's a little hazy, but I believe he teleported away.
Little, if anybody's looking at her as she's hearing this, you just see a little eye twitch and a little side smile, a sign of irritation before she calms down and says, "Well, let's just hope we don't have to deal with that particular individual again, and at least anytime soon."
I don't think so. We all got really mad and then he ran away.
But
Let's save the debrief for after the dying part.
you're not gonna die.
And
And if
probably
you do, I will find a way to bring you back. You're not allowed to die on my watch, darling.
might
Dart is
also
just going to
be
Dart is just going to pick up the pace.
might also be a good idea to save it for once we get back with the others as well.
But Jolene is going to, thanks to being able to float a little ahead and a little up, so she can kind of have a view of the surroundings better. Just, trying to scout more or less as they go.
All right. As you get close, because you are getting pretty close to Miss Shimmers' place, you're able to kind of see Miss Shimmers' residence and resident shop mixture thing in the distance, and you see a figure that looks You're pretty sure it's Doc entering in there, but you don't really see any other movement in the area. It just seems like this place hasn't, like, there was activity before, but now it's just kind of nothing. Only occasionally there's, like, the groan of a building shifting.
Okay. Well, Jolene is going to do her best to do a very intense search. Just make sure nobody might be hiding around the sides of the building before we actually go towards it. But
Insight survival alert. Two. You don't find you don't find anyone in particular around, or even anyone at all. Although you do notice that it seems like for the nearby buildings that got it worse. There have been spots where it's been reinforced slightly to make sure it doesn't fall down. At least, hopefully. It seems like they quickly made sure that the buildings wouldn't deteriorate before moving on.
okay. Jolene is going to go make sure Dart gets to the dock then, because badly wounded pupper needs treating ASAP. So go back from the little scouting and try and hurry them along. Just with the little well, coast is clear now. Let's hurry. Pitter patter. Doing a little shooing motion at everybody, trying to get them to go even faster, even though it might hurt.
While Jolene does her best fretting impression.
Best what?
Fretting.
Ah. I thought you said threat at first, like
No, a threat.
threatening, and I'm like,
oh, dare you threaten?
No, you're fretting over them.
yes.
Because they're already walking towards help. And you're like, alright, let's go get help now. We need to go get you to a doctor. Meanwhile, them for the past hour limping through the woods trying to get to a doctor.
Yeah, no, right now she's doing her best. You need to hurry up before y'all pass out from pain or worse. Because as far as she's aware, the injuries that he has are less bad, but doesn't mean he won't pass out at any second.
Mm-hmm. Although, it will only take another tiny little bit during which nothing will happen for you guys to reach Miss Shimmers' place.
Yay.
Hooray!
The party is now reunited.
Hold up, this
For
isn't
the
right.
first time in forever.
We can't be united.
Don't.
We gotta split the party again.
No, thank you. No more split. Only whole.
So, I'm sorry, but when you said split the party, my first thought was taking Jolene and breaking them into two Jolenes. So we each get a Jolene.
How would we each get one with only two?
No, each of the parties split.
Yeah.
And
So-
it's just like Jolene, only slightly smaller. You know, about half the size.
oh, so Jolene phone.
Yes!
Oh,
That
Lordy.
sounds really different.
There's my unethical little beans. Right where I left them.
Oh,
split someone
Well,
into two just to use them as a phone.
It would be even better if we could transfer items through Jolene.
Oh lord,
Oh,
what is Jolene? An extra dimensional warp point for items now?
Well, you're basically our bag of holding, seeing as all of our bags have held you.
That I feel like you got that
I
backwards.
think that's
Nope.
backwards.
Nope,
Yeah.
it works.
No, I'm pretty sure you got that backwards a bit.
Jolene, get back in the bag!
So we might be having a lot of company here soon. Fair warning.
huh?
I'm
Okay.
confused.
First, you guys, as you go down, you see the various other members of your party around. Notably, Shade being as physically close to the stairs as he can be. Kind of just having a low conversation with Amos. You see, well, I believe it was Vector who was sticking close by and acting as assistant. And you don't see a couple other people, but you do see Doc there as well, currently handing over some ingredients to Miss Shimmers.
Guys, we need Doc, fast.
Vector is gonna Vector's is able to see them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're going down the stairs, right?
Okay.
Dart's gonna more or less just stop at the top of the steps, just to do a light more of a okay, I'm inside kind of exhaustion, kind of collapse.
Vector sees the group come in and feel Argus, Jet, Jolene, and and after seeing Dart, it's oh my gosh, what happened? And Vector's gonna go to assist to the group. We were worried about you.
We got into a very bad fight, but yes, we need Doc right away. Dart needs some proper attention.
A lot of it.
As you guys are talking, Shade is he looks nervously deeper into the thing, but eventually just sighs and runs off and then comes back with Doc. Before attaching himself to the stairs again.
He is stairs dog.
Well, he's more of a Thomsk, but okay. And Doc, upon getting her eyes on Dart, is immediately going to basically start motioning for him to be brought down. She there's a lot of people on the stairs, so.
Right, I'm gonna help Dart down the stairs.
Dart's gonna just shakily get up and go down the steps.
All right. As you're inside, you're going to be immediately led to one of the nearby boxes and helped up onto it by Doc. And she is immediately going to start looking you over. And fretting and half asking what caused this, and then a half also just trying to grab as many materials out of her bag as she can.
Baron Saint used some kind of a really nasty move on him.
He stopped it from hitting me.
I'm not entirely sure how I am still standing. Especially after the immediate aftermath of that blow.
Well, it looks like it was already healed a little bit, but it's still getting worse now. I need... And she's gonna, like, mutter to herself a bit, and, quickly start working. As she's pulling out, like, some bandages. It's really lucky that she had a lot of, more... What's the word for it? She had a lot of the supplies to deal with this kind of wound because she stocked up because of Ethan. So she has all of the good stuff to help deal with this kind of thing.
Cool! Dart's getting morphine!
$4K?
Put the morphine in his body.
He's referencing a barotrauma moment when I was teaching him how to play barotrauma, and I was, like, dying on the ground, and I'm instructing someone who was playing as medic to like, slap morphine in my body. Because, like, they were like, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm like, just stick me with morphine.
That sounds like Saving Private Ryan when the guy just says, "Give me more morphine," because he's dying.
Well, I mean, with most wounds, it's not the wound or necessarily even the blood loss that kills you, it's usually the shock.
Well, he died of blood loss.
Yeah, you get past the shock part, and you'll, then you can deal with the blood loss. Morphine's very good with dealing with shock.
That it is. But yes, Dart, you're going to be being actively worked on by Doc for the next little bit. Although you are kept conscious, but you're kind of going to be on the box.
Oh god, he's conscious for his surgery.
Vector's kind of concerned and kind of like look at the group. It's like, what happened? Like, what happened after I left?
If it's any, we're bad at lying and stalling.
We did beat up the big boss, though. He got away, though.
Victor's gonna kind of give. I want to give a hug to Dart. It's like you did it. You did great. I was able to kiss Miss Shimmers here. We're just started getting everything we needed, and now we Victor's trying not really concerned. He's kind of shaking. He's like, I'm so sorry. I did.
Look, it's fine.
I should have stayed.
Look, you did the smart thing. You got Miss Shimmers out. We did the silly thing and tried to buy extra time that was necessary.
So Jet, seeing that Vector's wanting to move closer, he puts a paw on Vector's shoulder. It might be better to give him some space right now.
Yeah, right. Sorry. We were able to get. We started making the thing to help everyone in town, and we stole buckets.
Oh, the buckets are probably the least of concern. We nearly killed the Baron. So the purple ropes are kind of very.
They were hunting us.
They're very much not happy down at the camp.
Yeah, they probably aren't gonna be happy with us either, of us stealing the buckets. The Vector just kind of looks at just kind of glances at Shade and Amos, and we had to take all the buckets to stop them from using it to poison everyone. So
I burnt someone's house down.
What?
Wait.
Amos, we're going to have a word when I'm not dying.
Either way, we're making the thing that we need to do. We need, to help everyone here. It I guess it's more or less we're is there anyone, like, do they know that that you're here, or
We were able to sneak past them. Jet was he was smart. He knew there was a second one.
Let's put it this way. We did our best, and heck, they might be better.
I'm honestly, the only thing I'm happy is that you guys are all back. That all that matters. Hector's like just gonna give a hug to, like, fuck the Jet. Just
Jet just blinks and hugs back, not expecting.
Dart's just going to interject, like, Doc, is there anything you need me to do? Less talky, more talky, less movie?
Less
No,
dying.
just stay still for me. I'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Everything is going to be okay.
And just relax, take a nap like Azurith.
Oh yeah, Azurith is nappy.
He's napping, yeah.
Why do you think I have said nothing yet?
Yeah.
Wait. The Azurith, wake up! Wake up!
Azurith is going to be very confused when he's shaken awake by Dart, like, covered in bandages and an eye patch, just for dramatic effect. Good, you're finally awake.
Don't forget at least 3 out of 4 limbs that are not being used to, like, shake up are in like slings or something.
I'm just imagining. Oh my gosh! Now I'm just imagining. Wake up! Wake the heck up, Samurai!
Wake the fluff up, samurai.
Okay, how silly should we make this?
You're finally awake. It's been 11 months.
How deep of a sleep would Azurith be in right now?
You are in some very comfortable malls.
Alright, he's deep sleeping. Shouting his name will do nothing.
Okay, so which of the rockruffs are going to be doing the husky wake up meme?
Wait, Husky wake up meme? I need to look this up.
Sing the song of their people, you know.
All of us.
All of
Husky
us.
wakes up owner.
Post in the chat.
Oh,
Yep. And that is normally accompanied by them singing the song of their people.
Oh, that one. All of us. Okay, just Jet and Vector, because Dart's injured. But we'll bring some of Dart's blood to so he's there in spirit on this.
The pact is sealed.
alright. I guess it's being described now.
Yep.
Jet and Vector are both on top of you, bouncing on you.
Fast.
Although you both do notice while you're doing this that this is some comfortable.
It is very soft under paws. Bounce, 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 bounce.
Bounce. It's even more
Bounce,
tempting
bounce,
to
bounce.
bounce now.
Alright, he's gonna instinctively just smack the closest thing.
Oh my god.
Do I have to roll anything, or am I just smacking?
Do you want to deal damage?
No.
Does anyone else care if it doesn't deal damage?
No, but Jet's going to instinctively zap back. No damage. Just a little
lightning does,
jolt
like,
to wake him up.
Lightning does nothing. A little jolt does nothing. I'm
How about-
resistant.
How about bubbles?
It still will help wake you up.
It's like he just smacks the air like, fuck you! I had a good sleep by the spirits. What the heck?
Everyone else in the room hears the anguish of Azurith for the sleep lost.
I was having a good sleep.
Darling, now is no time for sleep.
No sleeping. Dart is dying.
Oh, there's nothing I can help with that.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
Oh, stop! No, no, she's gonna shove Jet off Bippin.
Though it would be good if we kind of hear what they have to say, though.
He's gonna just roll off of Bippin with a clink, 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 clink. Clink, clink.
As all of this goes on, all you hear from Bippin is another snore and a slight lean and then nothing.
Quite a deep sleeper, ain't they, darling?
Oh, you mean he's not rolling over onto the Azurith?
No. He's just sort of like leaning from one way to the other now.
If he's rolling onto Azurith, Azurith is stuck and going to sleep.
Just said that they weren't.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah. I was like, okay. Vector, spray bubble in my face.
Wait, what?
Spray bubbles in my face.
Oh, okay. And Victor's gonna do non-damaging bubbles to Azurith's face.
Water wakes people up.
They do damage.
So does a zap.
Eh.
It would have the same
Have you ever heard-
effectiveness as.
Haven't you heard of the electric shock alarm clock?
No. I've never felt it, never experienced
is a
it. Never
thing.
No, thank you.
It's a thing Ash uses.
It's bubbles in his eyes. It's fine.
Who's
Azurith is now awake. Grumpy. Less grumpy. He's fine.
I suppose I
what's
should
going
say
on?
it was a thing many, many years ago. I don't know if it still is, but it was a thing at one point.
Oh, what was the thing?
Oh, the electric. There
Electric
was
shock alarm clock.
there was an old alarm clock that was called the Zapper.
Ah,
It literally gave you a jolt of electricity.
that sounds healthy.
Yeah, it didn't last long, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I'm sure that's still being made for some people who had to have liked it.
Mhm.
Everybody knows that there's some people like that in the world.
Anyways, back on track.
Yeah. The wonderful tangent.
But yeah, let's go and we got well, it's more or less. Let's go ahead and see what the other group has to say.
Okay,
I
so
think it's best to get caught up. Oh, sorry.
apparently there is still one, Pavlok, where if you try to snooze your alarm clock, it shocks you.
Zip, you just said getting back on track.
Sorry!
And then you immediately derailed it with the same discussion.
I'm
that
gonna
you wanted
smack
ended.
him.
ADHD brain!
That's my thing.
I mean,
That's multiple things. Moving on.
Anyway,
Well, that's a lot of people's things here, but
anyways, and Vector's gonna he's gonna start returning back to like the main group after kind of getting Azur's woken up.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
Bounce.
Bouncy, bouncy, bounce, 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 bounce.
So I would assume that like Azurus and Jet is as well, like essentially joining Vector, right?
Alice is awake with the rest of the others now.
All right. think that's everyone. Anyways. Yes, and sorry. What were you saying? What happened? What happened?
Well, basically, we stayed back. We tried to buy time. We did not have a plan. So we had 3 different stories going on for said buying time. And very quickly got called out. And when we tried to leave, Baron Saint trapped Jet in the air, basically, and we had to fight our way out.
But you're here, right? You were able to get away, and But-
Only because we hurt Baron Saint enough to have them realize that they were dying. I have honestly never seen it. They basically did not act like they were taking any damage until they looked down. But they were pretty beat up.
well, it's just good. It's just good that you're all back here. That's what matters the most. So yeah, and well, on our side here, we were able to get the we were able to get be able to get our best medicine started, and we were able to get through we were able to get through all the all the purple robes here, but we had to we were able to kind of get the water, or they had to at least have have them stop using the water here, so we had to take all the buckets and pretty much we're just kind of waiting for the medicine to finish here. So far so good on our side. Just Vector just kind of just looks down a little bit, just still. I know you told me I shouldn't feel bad, but so what? Vector's just he's a little bit hesitant, but he just kind of was trying to resolve himself. Just it's the only matter is that you're all here still, and how about you? Vector's kind of also just oh, I mean, it's just not really much to do. Wait until we wait till Miss Shimmers finished with the current medicine, but nothing. Yeah, nothing really to not really much till we can just, I guess, take this moment to breathe. I guess.
Once that medicine's done, we can take it to everyone and finally get rid of the bad guys.
That's pretty much the plan. I guess it's more or less. Is there anything else you were able to learn from the camp, or that's pretty much it?
I am currently drawing a complete blank. I apologize. I know there was a lot said, but I do.
One of the important things is that Baron Saint apparently knows what you are.
Yep. Basically, I'm just hoping that we were stealthy enough to get back here or we were good and we did enough damage that Baron Saint is going to be out of commission for a while because we definitely dug ourselves a hole. We first of all underestimated their competency. They are very, very well organized. They use code phrases and passwords and stuff to even talk to other sections of the Alabaster Gleam. So we tried lying there, or I tried lying there. Did not work.
It didn't.
And they at least recognize that we're different. And they try to use that as a bargaining chip to get us to leave. And whatever they wanted to do, they are basically going to accomplish it in about a day and a half or 3 days. Details kind of fuzzy.
But we should be able to stop it. I think.
I think there's only so much that we can do. We can't really fight these guys. Like you almost got yourself killed trying to take on one of them.
The boss.
Mhm.
We took on the boss. And we did chase him off. And I mean, if we can cure the town, we can chase all of them off.
And this is actually pretty valuable information too, if you think about it. I mean, just knowing even though just knowing what not to do is something. It's better than no information.
Well, we can do what we can to cure people in the town and have people in the town fight them. But
Well,
once
we
we
don't have
do what
to
we
fight
can
them.
to, cure folks with what we'd have and set them on their way to start fighting, I don't think we should stick around much longer.
Yep.
I'm worried about Starlight still.
No, we have to see this through. We kicked the hornet's nest.
Well, I don't think you all are in a state for fighting. Maybe we can do this without fighting. Maybe we can just show them that they're in the wrong, and that we have more than enough evidence and supplies to drive them away.
I will definitely say that Baron Saint will not. He seemed to know that he was in the wrong. He was aware of that. I don't think we're going to be able to convince him to stop, though with the town behind us, we might be able to talk them into leaving. At the same time,
What
should
stops
we?
them from bringing back those guys that tore up that entire festival we were at?
Exactly, or just doing this to someone else.
I think whatever this is, whatever they're trying to accomplish, this group, the conspiracy or whatever cult or whatever they are, we're way in and over our heads. We can't take them on. There's just the few of us, and we hardly know how to fight.
You should get.
But we did take them on.
I would say let's first help these people first. I think we can worry about them later. But I don't want to walk away leaving this town behind the way it is right now. And I feel that we're kind of almost there. So once we get that solved, I think we can focus on them. But for now, I really, really want to help these people first.
I can
And
agree
we're
with
so
that.
close. And you know what? I will say that's a win. And I'm gonna take it.
So, what are you going for here? You going for strategic victory or tactical victory? Because it wasn't clear that that was Shade, because you're like all talking by the stairs. That's where he's at.
What's the
say
difference?
strategic victory. We
This hamlet shall not fall.
distribute information.
moment.
And
Strider rated my
declare-
stream with 92 viewers.
Rex!
I
Hello there, good boy. Let me take care of the raid, please.
Yep.
Hello there, everybody. Hello. How was your stream, Rex? Welcome in, everybody. Hello there, All Pal. Hello, Wheezy. Hello, Geode. Welcome in. I am Rawzim. We are currently doing one of our Pokemon tabletop campaigns. Thank you so much for the raid in there. We do all sorts of things here. Today I've done some, recently it's been Cosmeteer, Baldur's Gate, Avorion, City Skylines 2, and we've got our tabletop games. We've got several Pokemon games aside from this one. We've got a Digimon campaign. Rex actually participates in the Wednesday Pokemon campaign as Chomper. And we've got Pathfinder and World of Darkness. And we've also got some artists that come and join and do art here on stream. So do hit that follow button, enjoy the story, and I will be in the chat from here. Thanks for sharing your community with me, Rex. Alright, go ahead.
I think we have Bippin to vouch for us and the rest of the guild, and Miss Shimmers making the medicine. I think we can just, you know, tell the truth to the town and get the bad guys out.
We distribute the cure
Yeah.
and information, and we give them the tools to fight. And what happens after that is up to them.
We don't even have to fight. We just refuse to. We just get them to refuse to take anything from the bad guys, and then the bad guys have no power.
Like I said, we give them the tools. What happens, happens. We should leave after that.
Okay, so you want a tactical bit. Do you guys know the
Okay.
difference?
I was
No,
asking the
no.
difference.
What is the difference between a tactical and a strategic?
Okay, so imagine that what you're doing right now is fighting like a protracted war against Alabaster. I know
What's
you don't want
protracted?
like. Okay, just imagine that you're fighting a war against Alabaster Gleam. A tactical victory is winning a battle. A strategic victory is getting some form of momentum, knowledge, things like that. Tactics are short-term, strategic is long-term.
Really, I don't want to have this kicked down the road.
I would very much lean towards finishing this. Ideally,
wanna-
we.
But how, Jet? Do you want to fucking die? Look at Dart.
Okay, look, I don't want to start an argument with this. I'm just asking because if you want to win a tactical victory, we could do that right now. If you want to win a strategic, then it's a bit more complicated. Because I don't know how many Alabaster Gleam there are out there. I don't know how many sects they have, but it's at least 2.
3,
we don't-
actually.
3. Okay, well. Okay, so they have at least 3. We don't know their command structure. We don't know all of their leaders. We don't know all of this stuff. And so if we want to kick them out of the town, that's pretty simple. But if we want to keep going after them, which I don't know if you want to do that, then we need to get something more than just kicking them out. Because then, like you said before, they'll just go somewhere else.
I don't know if we have the power to chase them yet, but we can kick them out and make a path for us to get back to Starlight, where we can actually get people to help.
All right, then all we have to do in order to get that is wait for Miss Shimmers to, work her magic. We can get the other two awake. Jack's looking after them right now. And honestly, the team here could probably just kick out the majority of Alabaster Gleam by themselves, much less if we get the rest of the town to help.
I personally would like to find a way to capture them. Maybe after we go and they could possibly be held here by the team here, and after we go get back to Starlight, we can have somebody go collect them. I don't know if Starlight's got somewhere to hold them, but I don't want to see this happen to somebody else.
Is that such a wise move?
There's so many of them.
Well,
We already have the one.
Yeah, and in fact, just kind of mention over, still knocked out, right?
We have the one, and the other one's not going to be coming back for a long time, and he was their big leader.
There's three things that are running through my mind. One, don't forget what happened to Alcidae.
Right.
What happened to Alcidae?
Back when we first fled Starlight, I forget who, but we as a group managed to get one of the members of Alabaster Gleam as a captive with us, and we started questioning them. They spilled some information. That violent sect of Alabaster Gleam we've been talking about, they came by, ripped a hole in the house, and he took Alcidae. They do not play around.
We don't
Like
allow
they
loose ends.
Exactly. They do not allow loose ends.
If we capture any of them, any of their higher ups, try to squeeze information out of them, but I think putting them down might be doing them a favor.
We could leave it to the town to decide what happens to them. I just don't want them loose.
Darling,
Yes.
I hate to say this, but I feel like the town capturing them is putting the town in more danger than they currently are.
Precisely.
Enjoy your stay.
See, there's one thing to note and one question. One, what we know is that Meister Gilgamesh is the one in charge of the Starlight operation. Saint is only a baron and in charge of the operation here. Clearly they have more resources in Starlight than here in Oran Grove. But what remains unclear is the why. Because they were intending to leave Oran Grove in a few days. A week at most. They have been doing something here and they had almost finished getting what they wanted. It's not subjugation. So the question is, why are they here and why are they doing this? That is probably the biggest mystery we need to solve. Sorry, Doc.
Is there something... a relic, maybe? I don't know.
Well, if they wanted a relic, they would have just raided the... I know you saw it. It was right across the street of... I know that the church has valuables in it.
But they...
Although I haven't... go ahead, sorry.
Alright, can Actually, no. I was gonna say this out loud first. Before this, just to get the party and thinking about it too. What if they're trying to cause people to be sick so they can turn them into those weird monster things?
Like the ones that attacked the house.
Why not just ambush a traveling caravan? It went missing. Oh no, why go through all this song and dance to...
I don't think
Because-
they're after riches. They're doing something.
Something to the people.
Something much worse.
Something very out of our league.
For now.
Or now.
For now. Whatever we are has piqued their interest. And potentially concern.
We know what they are doing, which makes us targets.
The choice is hard. But let's get the town in on this.
The one thing that I remember that they did, mostly because I could, hear people complaining about it as they went along the road, but I know that they specifically, one of the first things they did was shut down the services.
The services?
That's like just so they can take control of the services and replace them, right?
No, it's been closed ever since. The most recent activity was a little bit before they came. Although, there was always a lot of talk about how it would protect the area and the going to the services. I don't know if that's just, more lip servicey thing in order to scare people into going, or if there's an actual point to it. It's just that you're kind of talking about a lot of more esoteric things. So I figured I'd point it out, but I don't really put much whole stock in the whole thing anyways, but it was something that they specifically targeted.
And then they also targeted the guildmaster back in Starlight. And
Shut down the main support structure of the town.
We know that in Starlight, if I remember right, the guildmaster had a ability to create a little barrier around the city. You keep things more protected. If that's the case here with the services, then they might be trying to do some very nefarious things, cause chaos and bring ruin, which maybe they want to build from the ashes of things that are being destroyed. After all, if a savior comes in, would you not follow them?
But remember, they were Baron Saint was intending to leave Oran Grove in a week. And for all we know, Alabaster Gleam may have already left Starlight. Whatever they're doing, they're not doing it to gain territory and govern. They're doing it to get something that they want and then leave.
Hey, I don't know if I ever asked, who even is the guild?
Do we know what Pokemon they are again?
There's some deer Pokemon of crystals in their antlers, but they are missing a lot of them.
Doc, I feel like would know.
Yeah. Were you guys ever told? Because I know it's listed, like, you know, what the guild leader was, but I want to know if you guys actually got explained.
We weren't told their Pokemon name.
Were you told their importance?
I don't remember, besides them being the guild master, much being touched
And that they
on.
held the barrier.
Yeah.
Loafing.
Yeah.
Loafing blue, majestic deer with crystals in their antlers. Rainbow colored. Multiple missing. Calm aura. That's it. That's all I remember.
All right. In that case, sorry to cough there. Doc would at this point speak up and kind of like quietly mention that the guild leader is a legendary. And she doesn't really want to get into that whole importance of that, but that is the guild leader's correct designation of what kind of Pokemon he is. Unfortunately, like, sick and weakened, but
still legendary.
yep. And at that, Shade's gonna like look around a little bit and go, the church here is dedicated to legendary Pokemon.
Would it be something to do with legendaries? Are there like special items for them? Special treasures? Like the crystals.
The what now?
The crystals on his antlers. Our very first mission was to go find one. And then we got stopped by two. It wasn't really a mission. But then we got stopped by two guys.
But they were
who
from a
tried to
different
take
group.
Something.
But we've run into 3 different groups of the same one. What if they were another version of the group?
What were they wearing?
I don't
Something.
remember.
Autumn, Twix. It was so long ago.
They were not with Alabaster Gleam, as far as we're aware.
So, I remember Jolene got a decent look at the one of them, but I'm trying to find my notes real quick because I wrote down a very what kind of stood out to me thing here. Oh, okay. So Jolene's gonna speak up and say the ones that we encountered while looking for the crystal, well, those figures had roots growing out of them, or covering them at least. And I vaguely remember something related to that. If I remember right, one was one a Gengar?
One was quadrupedal, one was bipedal. Nothing more was said.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I thought
And
they mentioned the color of the Pokemon, which is what gave me the idea. But yeah. Jolene's gonna kind of trail off at that, trying to think, more, but obviously not able to think too much more on it.
Maybe we should go visit this church thing.
We have to.
It would be a good idea. We might get an idea of what they're trying to get before they can get it.
Problem is, it's been so long they may already have stuff. So we may only be
But they
having
said
whatever.
it would be finished. Or they said it would be finished later, so I don't know.
We might have to search the camp, but the camp is a dangerous place.
We still should at least check the church.
Oh, what are we waiting for? Let's get going. Azurith starts walking towards the stairs.
Okay. well,
We're kind of waiting for Doc to finish up with Dart.
yeah, I feel like you guys are probably gonna need a good night's sleep or something first.
That would be good, especially with our current state.
I mean, if you guys want to go ahead, be my guest. But at the same time, as I said, we did kind of kick the hornet's nest, and we know that they're out and about looking for us. So I think going into the center of the town at this current situation is probably not the best.
Yeah, best to lie low for a little while here.
Mm-hmm. Amos thinking about the good night's sleep he got with the Lost in Chaos crew.
And Doc's gonna look away from what she's doing and go. Besides, I'm going to need to work on this for a little bit longer.
Is he gonna be
You-
okay?
He will be okay. Thankfully, it's not nearly as bad as he. He should be fine after. Hard to say. It was already healed a bit, so it changes how you have to calculate it, but he should be fine by tomorrow. Probably he'll be good sometime in the middle of the night, but a good rest wouldn't hurt.
It was much worse before Jolene used some healing magic thing. I don't quite understand it on me.
Jolene went sploosh.
It was much, much worse than what you saw.
I did what I could, but also
And I-
kind of made me conk out after. Maybe I used it too much.
And I can't thank you enough. I think if how we got back to the house, if you had not done what you did, I probably would have been on death's door by the time we arrived back.
Well,
Alright, well, how about all of you get some good sleep or whatever? I'm probably not gonna sleep. I'll just keep watch.
Okay. Go back to sleep. Sleep I was woken up from. Although it was an important thing to wake up from. Azurith goes back to Bippin. Falls asleep in the exact same position he was in.
The moss is just as comfortable.
Chet will curl up on the opposite side of the box from where Doc's working, but curl up next to the box.
Argus will keep watch over Jet. Or not Jet, Dart.
Yep, Shay's just gonna sit at the bottom of the stairwell, looking up.
say Jolene is gonna find her bowl, get herself comfy, and
Jet's actually gonna get up before he sleeps. Go over to Shade. Drop his other Oran berry next to Shade, and then go back over. Doesn't say anything. Just leaves it there. Making sure that it's where Shade would notice.
Yeah, Shade's gonna kind of give you a raised eyebrow look, as in you should probably know better than to expect that I'm actually going to eat this. Considering you offered it to him, I think no less than 4 times today.
Yep, but this time he's just leaving it there.
God.
All right. Is anyone going to be staying up, or are y'all going to EP?
Yeah. Going EP.
Like, do I have a choice?
I mean, probably not, but I figured I'd ask.
What about Amos, Vector, and Argus?
You don't have a choice because Argus will knock you out.
What the?
Argus is gonna
Like-
make sure you sleep.
Why is
And
it
then Dark
Argus
takes
to-
another point of lethal damage.
No!
Oh no.
No.
Argus, put the steel chair down. What's a steel chair?
It's
How did
not
Argus get a steel chair?
What is
It's
that?
a pool. It's his greatest weakness. Something water related.
What about Amos and Vector?
Amos is gonna stay up.
I could stay up if Shade and Amos needs me to. I don't mind.
Dart's gonna make.
Well,
determination-
Shane's gonna push all of you, like try and get you all to sleep.
Hmm. Well. Oh, if that, I mean, I don't mind like taking a rest, but I would just say if you need me, if you need anything, you can wake me up anytime.
All right. Well, just get some rest.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Amos, why are you staying up? Go sleep.
Fine.
Are you actually gonna go to sleep, or are you just saying that to like
It's
tease him?
Everyone's actually still stays up.
oh my god.
Are you doing that sneaky, like, trying to act asleep but not actually sleeping kind of deal?
Also, where are you even gonna like fake sleep at? Like, are you gonna join the Bippin pile, or?
Nah, Amos is just gonna like find another like little nook to go in.
All right. If that's the case, Amos, please roll me a perception check.
Perception. Oh, which
For Amos. Amos needs to roll this
Oh,
perception.
gotcha.
How do I roll it again?
Insight survival alert. Our favorite roll.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. All right. You don't notice anything in particular, although you do hear Shade at one point start to pace and walk, like kind of start walking around. And at one point, you hear a little bit of scrabbling on the other side of the barrel. Because like the only like nooks are like due to the barrels. On one side of the barrel that you're staying on.
Amos is kind of ignores it. Kind of not really going to sleep, but kind of just like still kind of like resting, but staying alert.
All right. After a little bit, you feel something brush your leg.
Amos is gonna sit up and look around, see what could have done it.
All right, are you gonna actually inspect your leg, or?
Yeah.
All right. Pretty much the last thing you see before something happens is that somehow there is a loose rope around one of your legs.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
And then you're yanked up as you hear a scraping noise on the other side of the barrel. And you're yanked into the air by one leg.
Amos is going to scream.
Shade really does not make idle threats.
I am the confused, but
Because of one thing that Amos did, Shade literally said the next time that you go to sleep, I know how to tie a rope with my mouth, I'm going to hang you upside down with it.
yeah. I will say though that scream is gonna wake Jolene pretty quick.
Oh yeah,
I
that
think it
scream
wakes
is loud.
everyone. I think
So,
it wakes
Probably gonna
everyone.
wake like everyone, yeah.
Except Arzadeo.
Amos is
Azurith.
gonna yell, Shade,
My-
you did this, didn't you?
You just kind of hear like a muffled chuckle on the other side of the barrel. As
Son
for
of a
everyone
bitch.
else that gets up and inspects, you're able to see Amos like dangling from one leg, like kind of halfway able to touch a barrel, the rope going over to the other side of the barrel, and Shade hanging from part of the rope with his mouth to act as like a lever.
Jolene is
And he looks
like,
immensely satisfied.
Jolene is currently looking very dissatisfied at the situation here, floating with her little nubblies trying to cross. Not
Argus is
quite
just
managing,
confused.
making that little eye twitch. Just gonna, not even going to say anything for a solid minute. Just kind of floating there with the eye twitching before she says, "Now, darling, did you have to disrupt my sleep for this?"
I think he's gonna say yes.
Shade still just looks immensely satisfied.
Jet is watching it, and he shrugs. Serves him right. And crawls up to go back to sleep.
As it
All
says,
right,
no sleeping
after a
entire
little
time.
bit of hanging there, Shade will finally let go, and then the rope goes over the barrel, and you better catch yourself, Amos, or land correctly or something, because you were upside down.
Crack, and then
Amos
Amos
is
is
kind of-
actually asleep.
Amos just kind of like flops and lands on his back. That's groans.
I even gave you prior warning.
Jolene is going to float over her to the little troublemaker that is Shade, and just gently do a little plop on the forehead, and just kind of shaking her little head that is her body as much as she can, say, "Darling, can you warn the rest of us next time?"
Hey, it's not my fault he yelled. I told him I was going to do this. Like, explicitly.
That doesn't change the reaction that much. Pretty sure if I was in that situation, I would have also done yelled. Starts
Can a
floating.
rope
over.
even actually hold on to you?
I don't know. She's gonna go and try and tie a rope around her nubbly.
sort of like slowly sinks through.
It's like, well, there we have it. Ropes cannot hold me. Well, these ropes anyway. Just gonna start trying to untie the rope that was around Amos's leg.
Amos is just still lying there on his back, looking very unamused.
Hey, look, you cannot complain to me. I even gave you a chance to stop the activity. I didn't just say I was going to do it. I said, if you do this again, what will happen? And then you decided that it was worth it to do it again.
It was still worth it to do it again.
Well,
Good, then you can't complain.
what even did you do?
So, do you want to tell her? Because I definitely can.
Amos just smiles.
Jolene, it was just awful. He wouldn't shut up about how he managed to go to another world and all of the food and good night's rest he managed to have there.
Mid untying of the rope, because that's not an easy task, Jolene just kind of drops the rope, floats back to her bowl, plops back in, and says, "Next time, maybe give him a gag too."
Jet kind of looks up when he hears that, not quite asleep yet. He's like, maybe shave him too. Maybe we can roast him.
So confused.
Oh no.
Why would you? Darling, that's a little far, even for a joke.
Jet's stomach just growls. When was the last time we ate?
Well, at least it was more recent than no, Shade had an apple, but like before, like for good meals, it was definitely more recent than Shade. But by the way, Amos, as you're like kind of like flopped on your back, Shade's gonna peek his head around the corner and give you like the most shit-eating grin possible. Like you absolutely know that he wasn't actually all that bothered by what you said. He's not telling the others that though. No, he's got a nice little weapon against you right now.
Yeah.
Yep, and then he's going to go off and sit at the bottom of the stairs again.
Sleepy noises. I think Azurith was so insistent on good night's sleep.
Well, unless anyone has anything they want to do in the middle of this oh so auspicious night, that would be all that would happen.
I want to sleep.
Can we continue the sleeping?
You can continue the sleeping, yeah.
I'm a pet the puppy and sleep. Puppy being Dart.
Dart tries not to have a mental breakdown.
Why would you have a mental breakdown?
Do you not understand how much is going through Dart's brain right now?
Nope.
Yeah, this is why I'm not mentioning anything about like how I got like teleported to another world and battle these other Pokemon and stuff. Because I don't think anyone else could handle that.
Don't worry, you made sure to inform Shade in detail and talk about the food and rest you had though.
I wanna give the hugs to Dart.
Like, look, Dart had a near-death experience, is trying to think about what the heck's going on with the situation, still why he's here, and he let go of the reins. He let the Pokemon inside take over, and he is still trying to process that. That brief moment of, like, letting go.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Amos really had to tell someone, and Amos likes Shade enough.
Is there a spare bucket?
You still have a bunch of buckets around.
Just imagine just trying to sleep inside of a bucket. Sorry, no. I'll be. Yeah, it's just.
Over there we have the fish.
All right. Well,
We have our fish puppy.
That is an adorable thought.
in that case, we would all arrive at the next morning with no further interruptions.
Question.
Yep.
Or maybe we should save this to the end. But EXP
It's about
spending or no?
XP. Yes, but I'm gonna say just like don't bother doing it right now. You can do it between sessions
Okay.
and afterwards. I'm gonna keep the table. So this would be an EXP spend point because I don't want to spend the remaining 20 minutes we have with XP. We're going to continue on, and then you guys can just back spend. Is everyone good with that?
Yeah.
Rank up, hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Timmy Twister raided my stream with 13 viewers.
Time Twister, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, raiders. I am Razim. We are currently doing one of our Pokemon campaigns, though I think we're going to be possibly wrapping it up here soon, but I will still be streaming tonight, so thank you for that raid. Come on in, settle down, enjoy what's left of the story tonight. Do make sure you check out our other games, though, and hang out and hit that follow button. Also, go subscribe to my YouTube, since we've got a whole bunch of you here that are listening and stuff, or at least hopefully listening. Go check out our YouTube. I'm less than 1,000 subscribers, less than 100 subscribers away from full partnership over there. So please hit that link tree and go check out our YouTube and subscribe to it. It would be a huge help. But yeah, thanks so much for that raid. I'll be in the chat. Carry on.
Yep. All right. So you all wake up the next morning feeling very refreshed. Sorry, you still feel a little bit sore, but it doesn't hurt when you move around or anything, so. There's all that. And the rest of you are able to heal up any errant wounds you have. And for all that matters, I don't know how many people actually spent will points, but if you are missing any will points, please regain a will.
Yay!
Fine.
I'm back to full.
I'm assuming my lethal damage is now removed.
Yes. Narratively, you're still a little bit tender, but you're not actually, like...
Argus is going to give him like a big hug as soon as there's the all clear of him not being in danger.
Arcus, I'm sore, but I'm not dying.
But you're alive. I am happy with you alive.
I'm happy being alive too.
Vector just like jumps in the pile.
Okay, like I said,
Jet's joining.
Oh, guys, it may not be dying, but it still hurts.
Amos joins too.
Ah!
Yeah! Back pile!
Puppy pile!
Look, Dart just at the bottom of this puppy pile, just like flailing his paws back and forth.
It's literally all anybody else can see of him.
Yeah.
Chili's just kind
You're
of
alive.
After a moment's consideration, Shade jumps on top too.
And there are no longer any flailing limbs visible.
Baz walks over from a good night's sleep, non-interrupted. Now that looks like fun. Jumps on top.
Lordy.
I want to point this out specifically for Shade. 65 pounds just jumped on you.
More like 65 pounds just jumped on top of Shade, and Shade is now rolling off of the pile.
Uh, Jolene is waiting to give Dart a hug till after the pile because she's wanting to make sure that they didn't just crush Dart.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I can take it.
Azurith, I don't exactly have the padding for all of however much you weigh to jump on me.
Azurith just smiles. Okay, fine. I won't jump on you the pile anymore. I'll just get back on, and you could just, no jumping on.
Nah, I managed to annoy and inconvenience him a little bit by joining the pile already. I'm good.
Can Azurith pick up Shade and put him on the pile?
If you're sure you want to do this, you could try.
Okay, he's gonna try picking Shade up by the scruff.
All right, Shade's gonna try and evade that.
What the heck do I roll?
Just make it like a brawl check.
Strength fight brawl. Okay. 5, 4, 5. Or it would be dex fight brawl. But
Oh, you wait. Yeah, he got a 4. You are absolutely not doing that.
Oh.
There is not a chance. Like, you make a grab at him, and like, it wasn't
He's
even like
gone.
you couldn't get a hold of him. You couldn't even touch him.
No. Okay. Gets back on top of the pile gently. Now, don't we have things to do today? I'm hungry.
Yeah, but if you do that again, I'm going to find a way to tie all of those scales to your body.
That's actually not a bad idea when trying to be quiet.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make sure to do it when you're happy and about to celebrate, so you can't cling clang jangle all over the place.
But my scales, they go jingly, and he makes the noise of, happy noise. Ah!
Yeah, so just don't do that.
Fine.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jingle, jing, got your body yet.
Darn it, darling! Don't get music stuck in my head. Jolene's still
Ashby can sing
waiting
his
for the
jingle
pile
bell.
to. Jolie's still waiting for the pile to disperse so she can give Dart a hug. Because she's not going to join in that because she might get, squished if anybody moves.
All right. Anyways, while you all figured that out, Miss Shimmers had to step out a little while ago. Mostly because she actually kind of had it ready and wanted to start dispersing it, at least to the local area, without making waves. She also went out with like a large pile of pain meds and other things, so it looks entirely normal for her to be handing out her potions and whatever.
Oh.
Interestingly, when she came back to grab some more stuff, yeah, she mentioned that it was oddly quiet. I don't know what that means, but that's what she said.
I
That
wonder
don't
if
sit
they
well with
left.
me. We can only hope.
Well, that means they might have gotten what they wanted, though.
Either they got what they wanted or decided it was not worth the trouble we were going to cause them.
What's their camp like?
Hey, don't ask me. I haven't been there.
Not entirely sure what you mean there, darling.
Well, maybe are they entirely gone? Or are they just all in hiding?
Well, we will have to venture out and see. Yeah.
Well, first,
And-
eat.
Yeah, say, Jolene is gonna look around and say, yeah, food would be very good. Didn't even realize I could get quite so hungry. You can just see her like starting to drool a little at the thought of food. How she drools, that is a good question. You can tell she's doing it.
I mean, if any of you want something, I got a spare oranberry right here.
As uses one of the rations he has.
Isn't that oranberry supposed to be your food because you haven't eaten in who knows how long?
Absolutely not.
Darling, why won't you eat? You need to eat.
Hey, I ate that apple.
And that is not enough to sustain a growing mom. And I am pretty sure you are still a growing mom. Plus, you had went how long again without eating, darling?
Well, let's see. Over the past couple days, I had, including that apple, 2 berries in that apple.
Jolene has
Why
a very
won't you eat?
Jolene has a very unamused look on her face, and just says, "That is still not very much, darling."
If it'll make you
So-
happier, I'll raid the inn's pantry.
As long as
So-
you eat.
Everyone pile on top of him and tie him up so we can force feed him.
Darling, that would be horrible. You know what
Also-
it's been through.
Also, I don't think that will work out well for you.
No. Just eat. We'll go looking around.
Look, the inn is right next to where you're going. I will just walk into the pantry and find something.
Just don't cut off more legs off of tables.
Okay, you agree with that.
I actually haven't gotten around to doing that yet, although it is on the docket. I did make sure to push over his table, though.
That was slightly amusing, I must say. But yeah, we should all go get something to eat, get ready, and make sure that we figure out what is going on with those Gleam fellas. And figure out what we're gonna do from here.
I mean, alright.
Jolene's gonna start like trying to usher everybody to go towards getting food. Also, she is going to give Dart a hug the moment that everybody is off of Dart.
Argus never let go.
Argus, please let go.
I'm keeping you warm and safe forever.
Little pop on the nose from Jolene.
Ah!
Well, darling, let him go.
Alright, cool. Let's just get to the town square. I want to get this over with.
I go with.
Agreed.
Jingle,
I kind of want to know what they mean by talking about how it's quiet.
jingle.
The temptation to have Jolene just start splattering some of the scales to try and quiet them. It was so great there.
Jingle.
But yeah, on the way to the town square, you will find approximately, rounding up 0 mons.
There's no one?
No, there's no one around.
Any of the
Not
townsfolk?
even townsfolk?
You're not seeing anybody.
We didn't kill them,
Although-
did we?
Although, on the list of interesting things that you notice, this door that you've always seen closed is wide open.
Which
Ah.
door?
This one.
This one.
Ah.
So, we do that little doggy pile up, poke our heads out one layer at a time to peek in.
Yes.
Should we check that out first?
You can check that out as much as you want. I'm going to the pantry.
Jolene, very obviously intent on making sure that he actually does, is just puttering behind.
All right. He opens up the door to the basement cellar and just goes inside.
Jolene waits up at the top.
Yeah, he's just gonna be down there for a little while.
Yeah, she's making sure that he eats. She is kinda in mother mode there. Her starved child needs to eat.
Only enough, if we count cameos, this isn't even the only world that this exact thing is happening to him in.
Oh no.
But yeah, what would you all like to do?
I wanna peek into the thingy.
All right.
Azurith is unsure what to do.
Hey, if you wanna peek inside, go ahead and roll me an insight survival alert. Favorite roll.
Wow. I see nothing.
Very perceptive.
Yeah, I
Thank
mean, it looks
you.
like it just has a bunch of stuff inside. You're not exactly sure what to make of it. I mean, it's a storage place, and it's certainly got storage.
I never expected that.
You're not entirely sure, but you may even think that it's storing things actively.
You know, it might just be.
All right, anyone else? What does everyone else want to do?
I mean, right at this point, I just still yeah, I guess it's just kind of getting ready. I mean, I guess it's more or less is. I guess it's just more like, I mean, if nobody's taken the berry, if I could take one, if just a quick bite or something.
Oh, you mean of these? Or do you mean like on the stairs up where Shade left the berry?
I'll probably, like, if nobody took them, like I think I'll probably ask Shade if it's all right if I could take it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, Shade's gonna kind of just go like, you can take it if you want. I mean, technically speaking, I think it's still Jet's, maybe, but he gave it to me, and I'm certainly not gonna eat it. So, if you want it, you can have it.
I mean, it's Victor just kind of like looks at the berries. It's like, well, I mean, I mean, it is Jet's, so.
Sweet, polite puppy.
I'll like I'll let Jet know, and I'll just like I'll just tell him where the fairy is, and they'll just kind of move on, and yeah. But yeah, I guess it's just kind of like following the group from there.
Dart's gonna kind of look at the town square and kind of turn his attention to the inn where the other rescue team members were staying. He's kind of thinking in the back of his mind, like, okay, like, if no one's been here, then, or if no one's truly been here, then, like, since crap, what was the Pidgey's name again?
Jack.
Jack, like,
Yeah.
Jack was hopefully awake to kind of report on anything, because, like, that's where Dart's heading.
All right. You do not happen to find Jack or the other two in there. Although you do find all the doors are open. Well, if there's actually an attached door, like there. You also see that this door's open, too.
Guys? Shade?
Jay can't hear you. He's down. Okay.
You worried?
Wasn't Jack and the rest of the rescue team supposed to be in here?
I think so.
Well, they're not.
That's not good.
I think this day has got a whole lot more faster momentum. And it's not even mid-morning.
And getting very, very complicated.
Okay, I think whatever we do fast here. We think we need to figure out what the heck's going on over at the camp.
At this point, Shade's going to come out of the cellar holding a couple of various things of food item nature.
Food item nature.
With perhaps the edible quality.
Perhaps.
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 I don't know why that's making me laugh so much. But yeah. Yeah, Jolene is going to give a little nod, satisfied seeing that he has actually got food. Start floating slowly towards the rest of the group.
Yeah,
It's
Dart's
actually
gonna
all
kind of...
alcohol.
It's all alcohol. Yeah.
Dart's gonna kind of rush back to the center and just be like, the rescue team's not there.
Maybe they're better?
I mean, Miss Shimmers was going to try and give them medicine.
But where is everyone? We've not encountered a single Pokemon while we've been here, and all the doors are open.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe
kind
they're
of pressing.
having a party.
Kind of pressing. However, I'm not going to go in there, but didn't you guys want to check something?
There's a new door that's open. I don't know what's in it.
That's
It
a
looks
storage.
like storage.
That's storage, yes. That is generally where trade items and the like are kept. Like, where a massive amount of the Oran berries are stored and the like.
I did not know that.
I guess that makes sense why it was always shut when we saw it. My brain is starting to blank.
While they're discussing, Azurith was gonna go check out the chart since they were gonna go check it out.
All right. And on the inside, you see a rather nice looking interior. It looks very well kept. There are a fair amount of cushions that are lined up. A larger, comfier looking thing, probably for those of a larger nature. And interestingly, over here-ish, you see a little, like, it's like a little altar, and there's like a nice cushion on it. However, there is also a, like, little box chest thing that's there, and it has been smashed.
On the altar?
Nah, a little bit behind it. Like, imagine, like, around, like, the point area.
Go check it out. Probably unable to figure out what the contents were.
Yeah, although you do see that, as this part is, like, raised, there's, like, a little area that it was being stored in, like, in the altar.
Azurith's like to inspect that.
Alright. It also looks smashed open.
What contents remain?
Shards of broken box.
Any description of what it could have held, or no?
If nothing else, it was probably pretty small. At least, like, it wasn't bulky, because the box is more long than it is big.
Anything it could have correlated to, or not enough information?
Just so I could, like, explain it to you better, like, have you watched Harry Potter?
Yes.
Imagine the wand box, but a bit bigger.
Huh. I have one of those in my room. Huh, that is long. That is... Yeah, that's long.
Yeah, it's long. Imagine that, but, like, you know, bigger, could fit something a bit bigger. But that's about the general shape.
What could have it held? Any description, image to describe what this place worshipped?
The walls themselves are fairly nondescript, although you do remember Shade mentioning that it was a church to legendary Pokemon.
Any figure and such, or just nothing?
Nope.
Well, there was a definite side room out here. And there's a door too, so he's gonna open those doors with a push.
Alright. It opens. And it slings open to reveal a nice little, like, chat meeting room. Is what it kind of looks like. Obviously, it's been unused for a little while, and the couch is unfortunately severed in half, like, right around here-ish. But then again, it kind of doesn't matter that much, because the couch would still technically work.
Is there anything hiding under the couches?
Nope.
What about anything else? Under the other chairs or other couches, or no?
As you search around, you're just finding a whole lot of, not much more than dust. And, you know, some snow now, because it was open at the top and there was a new snowstorm. Nice dusting.
What about outside in the graveyard that was seen a couple times. What
Yeah.
is on the...
I was just going to say that there are a fair amount of graves that are here, some which you could tell are old, and others which were unfortunately freshly dug.
Offering a silent prayer to each one. What is on the written on each of the tombstones? Headstones.
Just things like names. It's just names.
Nothing important. Okay.
Nothing important.
Nothing important. Yeah, it's just names and then, like, occasionally, like, a little phrase. They don't really... It doesn't seem like they, if they have a dating system, that they date the tombstones.
Whatever was left here, we were too late on. He's
Then
just
again,
gonna...
you don't even know if that's been broken for a while, or if that's recent. It's very hard to tell.
True. He'll try offering a prayer or something like a praying to the god. All he doesn't know what legendary it was. He'll just offer a prayer that everything's will go well.
Alright, go ahead and roll me an Insight Survival Nature.
Oh. Fuck you, dice.
Hey, at least you got something.
I got something better than last time, but still. 3s.
Alright. As you're giving off that prayer, you feel a slight wind hit you. And some of the snow that was on the roof, like, dusts you and a little bit on the inside.
Duke.
He'll look where the dust was blowing to.
Alright. It was mostly along where, like, the roof was open by the slicing rain. Although a fair amount did fall on the altar.
There's more to the altar. Azurith would like to inspect the altar a lot further. All around and such.
Alright. Insight Survival Alert.
I'm sorry I'm cried. I am just at a complete loss for this whole situation here.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. As you are going around and sort of inspecting it more, you happen to disturb a bit of snow that reveals a tiny, like the tiniest sliver of what appears to be a prismatic object.
Can Azurith unveil this prismatic object more?
Yeah. No, it's like the tiniest sliver of something that was a prismatic object.
Oh. Something...
Like, imagine like a very, like, not even enough to be, like, considered a shard.
Oh.
Have you ever seen, like, a, like, scrap woodworking shim?
Ah, it is that thing. Oh, okay.
So it's like that, but, like, when it's just, like, the small little, like, almost toothpick.
Azurith
Like, when that breaks.
gently place that in his bag.
Alright.
Right there. I'm probably spend the next multiple minutes inspecting for more, unless he finds nothing. Or until
Yeah,
he
he'll
finds
find
nothing.
them.
After about, what was it, 15 minutes? He'll probably
It
walk
wouldn't
back
have
out.
been that long. It's been a couple.
He'll walk back outside to the rest of the group, whatever they're doing.
Shane's eating.
Did ya find anything?
Well, whatever was kept there, they kind of broke into. Let's just say I found this like very tiny sliver shaving piece of a prismatic shard. He will take out the prismatic shard, probably really hard to see, and then gently put it back in his
does
bag.
glint in the sun.
Oh, it does glint. What kind of glint? What color?
No, I mean, like, it catches on it because it's prismatic, so it catches the light of it.
That's all I could find.
Do you make anything of this, Shade? Remind me, do we have anybody else with us right now, or is it just our group?
Right now, it's just your group.
Okay.
Because Miss Shimmers was going around, already left. Doc did not come with you. Doc was kind of like left looking after things because, you know, there's a prisoner and like making sure all of that's okay, as well as taking care of Ethan. And Bippin was still asleep and no one woke him up. So, yeah.
Can I get another description
be...
of the gem or shard or whatever?
Imagine it's like the tiniest, like almost like a toothpick in terms of like size and shape. And it's like a little jagged, prismatic crystalline object. It looks like it could poke someone pretty good. I mean, it would also probably shatter if you did that, judging by how thin it was, but... If nothing else, it didn't look like it was it's like a clean shaving. It looks like it's more of like, you know, break-off shard.
Does it look like it might... like the coloring on it? Because Jet did see the Guildmaster. Is it possible that it might share resemblance in coloration to the Guildmaster's gems?
If you manage to catch it at just the right little, at just the right little intersection where the colors change a bit, then yeah.
So probably not, is what I'm guessing.
Oh, I'm saying that, like, if it was, like, at a specific point, then yes. It looks like it is possible. Not like it's a general shape, but, like, it looks like it could be possible.
I'm wondering if maybe they put... if maybe, one of the Guildmaster's gems were left here to maybe protect this area, and that's... maybe this is a shard of one?
Would that be why the slicing rain suddenly happened?
The other guys back.
They said the slicing rain hadn't happened in such a long time, and then they couldn't do stuff with the church, and then it happened.
It could possibly be that the slicing rain cut off this piece.
Or that the slicing rain happened because they took it.
That could be it.
They smashed the box. I think this involves the Guildmaster a lot. After all, Ethan's brother, Dimitri, took one of the gems. So you probably really need to start checking up that camp now.
We should probably find everyone else as well, though.
Also, should we call it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably should.
It is the start of new adventures.
Yes, it
More
is.
more questions to be answered.
I wanted to do a good job setting you guys up with a nice little mystery to follow.
Ah, that's why I continued onwards. Okay. That makes sense.
Is a mystery. It's okay. We already know the answer to it.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, because as was kind of obvious, I already kind of had this plan from session 1 coming back and made sure to reference, so.
I think you did. We didn't follow suit because we were distracted by everything else.
Oh yeah, no, that's perfectly acceptable. I just happen to have an obsession when I'm running a game with making sure to do, foreshadowing and, oh, hey, this random thing is actually, a callback, and it puts, stuff that happened in the past in completely new context.
I caught the callback.
It does get a little bit harder because I don't have, a complete list of information. But what I do have, it does leave me with enough to do this kind of shit, which has me a happy man.
Meow. Rawr.
Yeah, I think this is a good spot to leave it out. You guys have discovered a new thing. You have a lead, a possible answer, and you're about to head off on a new adventure,
Yeah.
or at least a new
First, we gotta
path
find
that
the
you
town.
could follow. Yeah, first, there's stuff to be done, but judging by the fact that the cure's been spread around a bit, you guys managed to reunite. I think it's a good point to declare that the Scarlet mystery portion of this is entirely done.
No longer a mystery.
That's that.
No longer a mystery.
The Scarlet fact.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today for Starlight New Dawn. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that allows the channel to keep on going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as by subscribing to our YouTube. We are really close to full partnership there, but I need your help to get all the way, so please consider subscribing. But for now, thank you so much for joining, everyone, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.